Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to another edition of Tradeify TV. It is Monday. We love being here on a Monday with you. It is Monday, July 28th, 2025. It is 60 minutes before the New York opening bell, which means it's time for us to help get you ready for your trading day. We wake up, we show up this morning to over 18,000 subscribers. Holy cow, guys, that is outstanding. We are a boulder rolling down the hill right now, or the snowball, or I don't pick your metaphor. We're unfreaking stoppable, and we owe it to you. We thank you so much for our viewers. Looking forward to another exciting day in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, if you're a little behind, catch up, join us live, because we have a lot of fun in here every single day, and hopefully make a little money together if the markets allow us to do that as well. Joining me, as always, are my two amazing fellow hosts. So good morning to both of them. But I'm going to kick it to White Tea Nick, Swiss Nick, to get us going this morning. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Miriam. Good morning, Tradeify Nation. I see in the chat, they're right. Is it White Tea Monday? Like, what?
It's a little off-white. It's more gray than white, but yeah.
I'll count it as white. It's great. It's good to see you converted, guys. I hope you had a good weekend. We'll talk about that for sure in a second. But before we do, let's kick off this stream with our one and only NQ Slaying Curly Trader Macho Mommy. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Tradeify Nation. Happy Monday. Welcome to the stream. Wow, 18K subscribers. We were literally just talking about our 15K mark. So this is just amazing to see. But going off of that, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel, because we're coming in hot, guys. We're coming in hot. We were a little bit unhinged last Friday on the stream. So if you guys haven't watched that, go back and rewatch that episode, or don't. But we can't promise that we're not gonna, misbehave this week as well. So we'll see what this week has in store, but we do have a packed week, guys. We got earnings coming up this week and into next week as well. We also have the Fed to look forward to on Wednesday. So got a lot of things going on this week. We had some news also come out in the overnight as well, with tariffs and just all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be a fun week. But speaking of NQ, Nick and I decided to get into a trade early today. So we're in it together. I think you got in about 508-ish. I got in probably a point below you.
How did you get 1 point better? 1 point better entry, Miriam?
Because I'm 1 point better. Duh. No, we're in this trade, guys. So we'll see where this goes. We had a nice well, you know what? Before we get into that, we're gonna get into the market wake up.
Now I'm awake.
Me too.
Yep.
Good morning.
All right. So like I said, guys, Nick and I are in a trade right now, and we're in it. We're in it. So Nick, how about you talk about this trade? Why did you get into this trade?
Because you told me to. No, I'm kidding. No.
I twisted your arm.
All right. So we did have very, very clean price action overnight. And here's the thing. If we go to my charts really quick, Drew, I will break down my London session trade first, because it is important for this trade that I'm in right now. So we did have this pretty big gap here on NQ from the 448s up to, where was it? Like the 520s somewhere, right? That was mainly because of the EU tariff news, right? The US doesn't have to pay any tariff, and EU pays 15% across the board. So that's why the gap up. And then we formed this channel that was just pushing the all-time high multiple times, right? Until that was at 2 a.m. where we had hit the current all-time high at 23,585.25. And then we had a breakout of this channel, which was so freaking clean, like right at London Open. Took that breakout of the channel for about 40 points, not exactly, like 37 and some change. Was a very, very clean trade, but I had to wait a long time in this. Like the consolidation phase here was insane. Like if you look at this is a 5-minute chart. Look at that is actually crazy. Look at just this right here. Literally not going anywhere, and then finally got a push at like 5:20 in the morning Eastern. So it was a nice trade, hit my TP, and then actually right in the gap, pretty much right in the middle of the gap, we started double bottoming out on the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart, and it is so clean. So as soon as we had a 5-minute candle push higher than the midpoint of that double bottom, I entered that trade, and I have my stop loss set below the low here and the target at a 1-to-1 RR. So that was my reasoning for the trade. Miriam, what was yours?
Man, you know what? I just saw a really, really nice double bottom on the 5-minute. So if we go to my charts real quick here, let me just go to the 5-minute because I do execute my trades on the 5-minute. So interesting area that we're in here. This blue area that we're in is technically the gap up that we received after we opened futures, the Globex section on Sunday. So what you guys can see here is, this level that we held here, this 85 level, is not out of nowhere. Let me actually just go and show you where that level kind of comes from here. It's actually going to be more like the 79 level, and you guys can see this top wick that we put in on Friday. This is where that level comes from. So 75, but this level here is going to be where we potentially could be putting in a double bottom. And you guys can see on the 1 hour here, we kind of came down to this area. The 500, of course, is always going to be a psychological level, but we did break below it, we did hold, and then we kind of came back and tested it on this candle. And so for me, I'm looking for a double bottom bounce, and you guys can see here it does look like it's trying to form this double bottom. I like it also because we did form a higher low when we came down and tested that area. So a higher low for me is another signal that we could potentially move higher. Now the thing with this trade is I was telling Nick, I was like, you know what, I'm really tempted to add to this trade when we got back down on this candle right here, right down to the 95s. I was like, I'm really tempted to add to this. The only reason I didn't is because my stop on this play is actually going to be the low of this candle. So it is a pretty big stop. We have about a 30 point stop on this trade. So for me, I'm not looking to potentially add in case this does reverse on us, but I do like it. I do like it, guys. I'm not going to lie. So I think, we'll see what we do if we can get up to VWAP. I think that's the first potential target. I do see some sellers sitting at this 515 area, right around where the bottom of this candle is. And then if we can get up to like 525, and then that would probably put us close to VWAP, sitting at like 530. I think we have a nice potential run up to this seller zone sitting here. And this seller zone, I just marked this, it's a 90-minute seller zone. But if we can make our way up to the 60s, I think we can have a potential of breaking out and then making new all-time highs. Guys, we've been on a bull run. Like literally every single pullback that we get has just been bought up, and it hasn't even been a significant pullback. Like we haven't even hit or broken any major zones. We attempted to last Tuesday get down into a pretty significant level on both futures, but we never actually broke those levels. And so that would have been a really good buying opportunity for us to really hit these longs. And I think right now the market is really pricing in a lot of this tariff news, right? We got the deal, we got the extension from China, right? The 90-day extension. And we are setting up a deal with other countries right now. We got the nice, setup with the EU. So I think in terms of the tariffs, like the market is sitting in a good place. However, now it's just going to be all up to earnings, right? We're looking at earnings this week. We have a lot of earnings this week. I think we have Meta, Apple, Today, all sorts of big mega tech earnings coming out this week and into next week. So, for me, I think the market really is just going to be looking at how earnings are going to do, and then go from there. But again, guys, we've really just been on this nice bull run. I think I said this last week, it's really hard to short a market that is just buying every single dip. So, for me, I'm shifting more to, being bullish at the moment, in terms of just this week in general. However, that could change, right? That could absolutely change. I think, we're going into July, ending July this week, and this is going to be I think the 11th year in a row that we get a green July. So it's going to be an interesting week. It's going to be an interesting end of the month, and statistically, we see going into, for example, September is typically like a down month, right, for the stock market. But, we're going into July, ending July. And I think, with the tariff news and then coming out with earnings, I think it's going to be a very, very good July. So, again, going back to this chart here, I think what I'm looking for is us to potentially get back up into the 30s, hit the 60s, and then if we find acceptance above the 60s, there's no reason why we can't make new all-time highs here. But this is kind of the levels that I'm looking at. Anything to the downside, of course, is always going to be in play here on the NASDAQ. We do have a trend line that I'm seeing here, but I haven't marked it out yet. Let me just show you guys what I'm seeing here. So nice little trend line here that we could potentially come down to. However, I think this gap has a potential. Every gap has a potential for being filled, and we do have about a 40-point gap here to the downside that we still need to fill, and that again is from the Globex session. So there is potential that we could come down here again, guys. I really don't expect a lot of down movement from this market. I could be absolutely wrong. Watch me, completely reversing my bias here. But I think again, every single dip has been bought, and I think for me, I would most rather be looking for a reversal play, meaning that if we do get the downside turn, then looking to play the bounce on that, or looking to play the upside move, because I think the upside moves always have more they bounce harder. We've been seeing them bounce harder. So again, we always say like bulls take the stairs, bears take the window, and I know these shorts have a lot of room to the downside. I mean, look at how much of a bull run we've made. But again, I would be weary of taking any sort of shorts. If it's going to be a scalp, be quick with it. But that's all I'm seeing right now for the NASDAQ. So ES, same sort of deal here. We have the seller zone sitting between like 64.50 to all the way up to the 64.57. So pretty much the pre-market highs here, and the session highs in the Asia session, or the London session. So for me, I would be looking for us to get above VWAP sitting at the 45s, and then get above the 50s, which would then hopefully potentially push us up into all-time highs as well. And so for me on ES, let me see if there's any significant levels before I get into, or let Matt get into the oil. But yeah, 64.50 guys I see on book maps right now, and then 64.30 is that where the buyers are sitting. So that's exactly where we kind of dipped into in the pre-market. So those are kind of our levels for today, and I think ES is a little bit closer, actually almost done filling that session gap, the Globex gap. So, we have a little bit more room on ES to the upside than we do on the NASDAQ. But, I think that's just going to be our range for today. So Matt, why don't you look at oil? We're looking pretty nice on this trade though, Nick.
We are. Let's see what we get. I mean, weekly open, a daily open basically is coming up at 520. Looking to see what happens at that level. But so far it's looking nice.
Yeah. All right, Matt, why don't you take us through oil and gold here?
Well, we got a few things to talk about. We're going to start with gold here. And guys, obviously big news on the trade deal. It's still some tariffs in place, which are going to pass along the cost to customers. But at the same time, it removes some of the uncertainty, right? So, one side will say, okay, well, it's 15% tariff. That's 15 more than we were paying 6 months ago or a year ago or whatever. And the other side's like, listen, we've been back and forth on this BS for several months. It's, at least right now, done. So again, we remove the uncertainty, which is the one thing the markets absolutely hate. So some small and large gaps on pretty much all of our charts coming from the open last night. Here in gold, we gapped down and then really ran quite a bit lower. Hold on, there you go. See this side of my screen now. All the way down here, almost to 3,300, and we bounced very strongly off that level, back up to 33.25. The gap has been filled. So we're going to be watching gold as it pertains to the markets, as the markets continue to make new all-time highs, which we have so far in the session, and we'll see if we get to that point where we're getting to session highs / new all-time highs. We'll watch what gold does at that point. So the CL, same thing, pretty good size gap down here. But yeah, gap already filled, right? We ran right back up to where we are. And you might see a little bit of this in the markets over the course of this week, right? Again, the sort of the macros is as we say, the trade deal is done. Now, again, it's there are some tariffs in place. There's some high tariffs. I think it's still 50% on steel, a whole wide range of things, right? So we're going to have to keep an eye on that as far as it relates to both gold and oil. Now the Russell gap up. We have not filled this gap yet, so that's something interesting to watch on the Russell. Again, but as we move closer to new all-time highs, when the Russell's making new all-time highs and the market is making new all-time highs, our fear index is basically at zero. We're basically at full greed mode at that point. So we'll see what happens. The other story, guys, I want to talk about is this Wednesday we have a Fed meeting. So with that in mind, this is the Fed Watch tool on the CME's website. It's a really good free tool to check out. It's based on the Fed funds futures rate. Say that 10 times fast. Despite all the back and forth with Trump and Jay Powell, though, guys, what I am seeing is a 96.9% chance of there being no hike or no cut in this Wednesday's meeting. So again, the announcement's probably not going to catch many people by surprise. The press conference, which happens 30 minutes after the announcement. So the announcement's at 2 o'clock, press conference with Jay Powell at 2:30 Eastern time will be very important. Now, as we actually click a little bit ahead on this tool to September, September's got almost a 62% chance of a rate cut of 25 basis points. So we already know we're going to see President Trump probably going back to putting a lot of pressure on Chairman Powell. We saw the very awkward meeting between the two of them this past week. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm assuming we're going to get some tweets probably as early as today. President's back I think he's back from Scotland. This particular trade deal is apparently done. My guess is he's going to turn his attention back towards Powell, and so we'll see what happens there. So if we follow through and do not have a rate cut, does he try to move back towards it? Looked very closely very, very strongly like he was going to try to fire Chairman Powell at some point about 2 weeks ago. So we'll see if that talk gets resurrected at some point. It's not going to be a boring week, guys, between the Fed meeting, between the chunk of earnings, between a whole lot of economic data, including non-farm payrolls on Friday and a bunch of GDP rate announcements, both in this country and in a lot of other Western countries as well. We will see what happens. Ton of major data this week. So just, again, guys, trying to trade the fundamentals can drive you insane. We're not going to get deep into that except as we talked about with some of the back and forth with Trump and Powell, etc. But just be aware of where these times are and what times things are happening on. And again, guys, watch your position size. If we get into another pissing match with Trump and Powell, it's gonna jerk things around quite a bit. So just be very, very careful. Whew, okay. All right. We got through that, guys. We got through a lot. We got a week on deck, guys. And we also, of course, have a ton of guests this week as well. It's going to be a huge week on Tradeify TV. And for all 18,000 plus of you, we will definitely try to put together both entertaining and educational shows this week, guys. But we got to be on our toes. It's going to be a hectic week.
Yeah, that's for sure. By the way, I mean, that was a lot, Matt, but good coverage on it. Mm-hmm. We are currently sitting at 177 likes, and because you're up early with us here, we want to do a flash giveaway, but only if we get the like count up. We're currently sitting at, as I said, 177. Let's get it up to 291 likes, and we're going to do a flash giveaway. All right, so hit that like button right now if you haven't already, and let's get to it. Miriam, what's your target on that trade, by the way?
So I would like to see VWAP. I would like to see the 530s on this play. But you guys know me. I don't typically have like a set target that I put my target at. Typically, what I look at is just trailing my stop. So for this trade, I want to see what we're going to do at the 530s. We did get up to the 515s here that we're kind of trying to reject. But I did move my stop to the 94s. So, I had it at the 84s. So I moved it about 10 points up, and we'll see what we get. So I think for me, this would completely invalidate this trade if we just get back down here and completely flush, which is fine because, 10-point stop, it's not horrible. But I do want to see us hold at minimum like the 508s. 500s really would be starting to get a little bit, all right, what are we doing here sort of deal. So yeah, I think right now we're sitting okay in it. We're sitting okay, but definitely want to see us get up to VWAP and then potentially get the volume to push through. And then again, I want to see us get to the 50s and the 60s. So that'll be kind of where I start trailing my stop.
All right. While you were saying that, we already hit the like goal. I gotta start increasing these like goals, man.
I know.
Come on, chat is on it. Good work, guys. Good work, guys. So we're gonna do a flash giveaway for a 50K growth account. All right. The rules are as usual. You have to like the stream. You have to be subscribed to the channel. And once I drop the keyword, please only type it once in the chat, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, because you are gonna get disqualified, and we do not want that for you. Now, the keyword, since Miriam said that this is the 11th July that is green in a row, if it ends green, the keyword is green July without any spaces, just one word. Good luck, everybody.
Man, starting the week off right with a giveaway. Love it.
Nice. There the chat goes.
There she goes.
Oh,
Exactly.
good Lord. No, no, no.
Already
Too
pissing Matt off on a Monday
Too
morning.
early. Get off my
Take
lawn.
me back to the 90s here. You should feel right at home,
You
Matt.
know, I was gonna say, what do you know about the 90s?
Come on, I'm a 90s baby. I mean, early 90s.
Yo, okay. All right.
Oh man.
Nice. Yeah, I did move my stop to the 94s as well, by the way, Miriam.
Happy cat.
At that low. Yeah, of course. Duh. You know what? I was in this trade earlier than you, and I still got the worst fill. Come on.
I was
Come on
waiting.
now.
I actually wanted that pullback to the 500s. That's where I was like, I want to add here, but yeah, didn't get that entry. Oh, good, Nick. You should just accept at this point that, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Well, I mean, there can only be one NQ Slayer, and that's apparently you. So. All right.
Hey, there's still ES. You can be an ES Slayer.
You. Probably not.
Actually, ES does look good.
So Trump
I
is
say that every
speaking
time.
right now, so be aware of that. And also, U.S.-China trade talks have begun in Stockholm. So it's could be some news coming out on either or both of those today. Trump right now is meeting with the UK Prime Minister. So let's just be aware.
Oh boy,
All right.
here's where you have your stops in place.
Mm-hmm. Let's hope we don't get stopped because of a weird candle wick. But hey, let's see.
Hey.
Let's see. We still have the 500s as a kind of protective level there, so should be good. Should be good.
Not a fan of that last 5-minute candle that opened or that closed.
Same.
But you know, anything could happen. I think it's funny because like when you look at like the daily chart of like the SPY, for example, the SPY has just been really sitting like in this crazy uptrend. You know, if you look at the daily, for example, on the SPY, it's just nice uptrend that, you know, if I'm pretty sure if I put like the 200 EMA on here, it would just be riding that EMA to the top. But this is the daily of the SPY, and you can see here we are just this nice move up, and this is what I mean by like significant levels. Like every time we would get to a level where, you know, it would start to look like we're about to break it, we just completely hold it. Even on this day right here, it's really hard in a bull market like this to try to predict where the reversal is, right? Because even on this candle right here, let me turn off VWAP so you guys can really see this. This candle right here, I mean, call it what, a shooting star? I don't use usually those terms, but this candle right here on the 21st, you guys can see looked like it would have been a reversal candle, but you can see here we really held this 25 area, and then of course made new all-time highs from there. This candle, same thing on the 24th, looked like a potential reversal candle, another move up. So, you know, every sort of major zone has just been completely bought up, and I think this is just something to keep in mind, especially with earnings coming out this week. Now, I don't think we're going to make some like crazy move today. I think we might even put like a little bit of a doji candle until earnings come out, and then, you know, we kind of go from there. But yeah, I think it's just an interesting thing to note, especially on the SPY and just the ES in general. But the thing with the market too is like a lot of people are like, oh, we're overbought, we're overbought. We need to have a pullback. And the way I look at it is like there's no such thing as overbought or oversold in the indices. Like when you're talking about futures, it's acceptance above a certain level or rejection. So if we find acceptance, there's no reason why we can't move higher. There's no such thing as like overbought. Now there is like being overextended, but it's whatever the market feels that a certain price is accepted above. So that's why when I talk about these sort of levels like on ES or NASDAQ, I'm not looking for necessarily like the RSI or any sort of like certain indicator that shows me that. I'm looking at, all right, what do we find acceptance above certain levels? That's where the market's going to go. It doesn't matter that we've made, a massive bull run and the market now needs to cool down. No, there's none of that. It's do we find acceptance above these levels? If yes, then we're going to continue higher. There's no reason not to. So that's kind of one thing that I like to look at. But we are trying to test this potential 500 level here again. So let's see if we can hold. Let's see if we can hold this level.
Would be nice.
But yeah, I do have my stop sitting there. We are trying to hold right now. The thing that I would look for too, the reason like I set my stop at this 94.25 specifically is for me, like I don't want to see us make a complete reversal of this. So I think a change in structure would put us basically below 500 and then specifically below 496. But with NASDAQ, you kind of have to give it room. So I'm giving it a couple points of potential slippage to get us back down here, but that 94 comes basically from the bottom of this candle's wick. So that's what I'll be looking for us to hold. But right now we're still technically in an uptrend on this 5 minutes. So again, I don't like this candle right here, but if we can hold 500, I think we still have some room to the upside.
Yeah, I agree. I have to. I'm in the same trade. So Drew, when you're ready, feel free to pull up the randomizer. And then let's pick a winner for our 50K growth account flash giveaway. We currently have 330 something entries, so let's roll it. 50K growth account goes to Smith Family Financials. Congratulations. Oh. Make sure to type something in the chat really quick. And also add your email address to the YouTube channel description so we can reach out to you and send you your free account. Let's see if they type.
Well, it is a Monday, guys. When you do what we do for a living, you actually like coming to work on a Monday. So, and especially like interacting with all of you in the chat. So, we're 27 minutes from the New York Open. I already got my two fellow hosts in a long trade. I think this is going to be a legendary week at Tradeify TV. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling my shot that we are going to have a fantastic freaking week on the show.
Okay, what makes you think so?
Chat, do we agree with that?
What makes you think so, Matt?
So.
I just a feeling, damn it.
Well, then tell the market to fucking turn around now.
Yeah, if y'all hold 500, you're fine.
All right. He said that and we blasted 500.
Well, hold doesn't mean to the tick. Good Lord.
Okay.
Quit talking like a first-year trader.
Yeah, this reversal candle is really like, ugh. Not cute, but that's why we have our stops.
Cute, because that's what we.
It is not cute.
This candle's
yeah,
not cute. Just no.
We do not like that reversal candle.
Not a cute.
That was very LA of you, Mariam.
It's so LA. We're cooked on this trade. I just got popped out on that. Damn.
Yep, me too.
That was nasty. Well, at this point, I expect us to make this new low here.
Nasty NASDAQ, I tell you.
Nasty NASDAQ on that.
She's a fickle bitch
let's
for
see if
sure.
We continue to fill this gap. This is what I'd be expecting now. At this point, yeah, we got to make a new low. We got to break this pre-market low and make a new one because this is just unnecessary at this point.
I see Chris Wynn says requesting your first payout tomorrow. Now, Chris, is that your first with Tradeify or is that your first payout period?
Good question. Everybody waiting for that chat.
Hopefully he's still listening. Yeah, that's. We're trying to celebrate you, Chris. Hopefully he's got his speakers on from another room, but he's sitting there making coffee. Like, oh shit, they're talking at me on the show.
Well, first with Tradeify, but also first in a while, he says.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. All right. I just saw that.
Cool.
All right. Well, hey, man, congratulations. That's awesome. And if anybody who passes their first eval or gets their first payout with Tradeify, we want to hear about it, guys. We definitely want to hear about it because we want to celebrate you guys in the chat. So, yeah, first with Tradeify, that's nice. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being a part of Tradeify Nation, and glad to see you're having some success. Now stick with it, right? Now what's sit down tonight and figure out like what's next in your career. What's obviously get another payout, right? But like make sure you concentrate on the things you've done up to this point that you've done well and that you haven't done well. There's always room for improvement, of course, but make sure you say, okay, I got this payout because I did A, B, or C, right? I managed my risk very well. I only took a setup, whatever it is, make sure you know what it was and then replicate it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Man, I think we might get this gap fill, guys. I kind of hope we do, because
it looks like it. Yeah, we still got some room down there, like 60 points.
Yeah, I think if we can get a nice flush into the 50s on NQ, I'll be looking for a potential reversal. Like I said, guys, I'm not really looking to. It's going to be very hard for me to look for a short. A tradable short that I would be comfortable staying in, unless we just, again, this can change as if we get like the momentum, we get the volume, we get a couple confluences in play. Yes, I will take a short, but right now, I could see us getting down to this gap fill at the 447s, and then potentially bouncing here. I think as low as I would be comfortable longing would be the 425s. I think if we start really breaking the 425s, I think we do have room down to potentially the 340s down here. And that would put us close to Friday's low. Friday's low is sitting at 330.75. So there's a potential to get down there, but I would expect a reaction at the 450s. So I'll be looking for that. But right now, again, like I said, now we're making a new low here, which is what I would be expecting on the bears. If they did crack this, then I think we have some room up to Friday's highs. So Friday's high is sitting at 76, not too far from there right now. We're only about 10 points. But then, I think we might get this gap fill, which I kind of hope we do. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, there is definitely the significant level at 475, which is previous week high. But after that, I mean, we're clear for the gap fill.
Yeah, guys, for anybody asking on the giveaways, make sure you check your spam. I know background Nick is pretty much caught up on those. The only things that hold them up now is if you don't get the email or if you don't have your email in your profile. But I believe we're all caught up. So background Nick, and feel free to correct me in the background chat on that one, but we should be pretty caught up on that. So yeah, if you have any, I appreciate you bringing up issues if they're here, guys. But make sure you check your spam and make sure everybody should already have their email in your YouTube description. It makes the process very, very smooth. So yeah, okay, so yeah, you're caught up with all those that have emails. That's the key, guys. And again, it's we had the website transition, so any delays there were on us. If you don't have your email, that delay's on you. All right, guys, so we're now about 20 minutes from our favorite moment of the day.
20 minutes, boy
oh boy.
Although it kind of feels like we're open already. I mean, we're getting some not the highest ATR in the world, 8.3, meh, but just the movement we're getting. We're pretty close to a gap fill here, guys.
Getting some random selling pressure coming in here.
Yeah, I mean, we still have about 50 points down there, but
I see background Nick in our chat says gap fill, then I'm longing to the moon.
Oh, that's funny.
I actually prefer to down now.
Which to be fair is probably I probably agree with that. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I kind of do want to take the short down to the gap fill, though. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I would wait. I want to see Friday's high break, and that's going to be at the 76. We got almost down to that level. Oh my God, excuse me. So if we can get down, thank you. If we can get down and break that, we literally just almost hit that. We got down to 477.25, and that the Friday's high is sitting at what is that? 476. So I think if we break this, we do, yeah, I don't see why we can't fill the rest of the gap. Right now we are filling those orders. Okay, 470's on deck here. See if we get down there. And then I see 455 and 450. That's literally where the gap fill would end.
If I see a logical entry, I will short this, but I don't just short it to short it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Give me a setup.
Yeah, it could be a nice scalp. I think it could be a nice scalp too. You get the move.
Yeah, we're currently hanging around previous week high here at 475, 476. ES's gap fill is almost there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not too much. Probably like 5 points or so on ES.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it actually seems like it would align really well if ES got a little bit of a wick down below its gap fill and then got some nice buying pressure come in. I think NASDAQ will pretty much be done filling its gap by that point too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like, you'd have to be so quick with this to get like maybe a 10-15 point scalp, which for me, I would let this go. I'd rather get the bounce and really monitor what we do here. Other thing is, obviously, if we continue to just slice through this, it's going to invalidate this trade. But I would like for a potential bounce back and see what sort of candle that we put in, especially on the 2 minute or the 5 minute, and then look at what the 2 minute does. But right now, we could potentially be holding this trend line as well. So ES, yeah, about 2 points away from filling its gap too.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Also,
mm-hmm.
Chat, I just got the memo that we do have 150k Lightning funded account giveaway later, but if we do get an additional 150 subs during today's stream, we're gonna do even more 150k Lightning funded account giveaways later. So guys, get your friends to subscribe, get your family to subscribe, get your dog to subscribe if you want more 150k Lightning funded giveaways.
And I'm sure there's at least a few people watching who are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you can't participate in our amazing chat. So make sure you get in there for that.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right. Pulling back a bit here on NQ.
Right at that trend line so far.
Yeah, and the previous week high, which I think should be a strong level here. Schrodinger
stop loss says 23,000 trades this week. So are we going to hit 23,000, or is that how many trades you're going to take this week? We better get cracking.
Oh no!
I mean, we laugh. There's some traders that probably try that on a month-by-month basis.
I was just gonna say that.
I worked with a trader a few years ago. That like the first meeting, I was coaching him for like 10 minutes, and I finally had to say, dude, we need to reschedule this because he had been trading for like 3 months and seriously had like 7,000 or 8,000 trades. And I'm just like, wow. you need to pump the brakes, and you need to, first of all, you need to organize this stuff a little better, so we can tell where the problems are. And eventually got him down to 5 trades a day. That was, I consider that one of my better accomplishments in business.
Not bad.
Quite the range there.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Man. Well, nice bounce on ES here at the Friday's highs actually. So I don't know if we'll get this gap fill. I kind of hope we do. I don't want to see us just like blast through this, but yeah, right now NASDAQ holding the trend line and Friday's highs. So this might be a potential bounce here. I don't want to get too excited about it, but
oh man, you put barcoding in the market bias. Come on, Nick. Don't speak that evil into existence.
He said, because why not?
Yeah, it was a lot, TJ. I was like, I had to clarify like 3 times with, no, this is legit, right? Like you're not ribbing me for something.
I would like, by the way, that would be a potential entry for a short here at the London low retest 85s.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see.
Dooby dooby doo.
I think at this point, NQ would, if we are actually truly bouncing here, we do have to get back up above 500 for this to be somewhat meaningful. But yeah, it does still look like a good short if we can reject the 90s.
Mm-hmm. A short for a gap fill would be nice here. It's just that we're 13 minutes before market open, so I do have an order sitting here though at 85s.
Let's get it. Yeah, we do have some sellers sitting at the 90 area on on Nasdaq. Basically, just sandwiched between 490 and 450.
Yeah, and be careful on a Monday, guys, right? Like this is, I think we're going to get, I do think it's going to be a good week for trading. That doesn't mean there's not going to be, times or segments of the market action that's not what we want it to be. But just, it is Monday. We, on a week like this, guys, start off with, a couple $100. Okay, that's fine. But don't start down $2 or $3 grand on a Monday, whether it's personal account, or don't start your Monday by blowing an eval. I do think it's going to be, as you've already seen on the stream, it's just going to be trying for some nibbles, right? Like take a nibble here, a nibble there, see if you can catch a runner, and getting out, we're right or we're right out. So just be very, very careful today. Again, you don't want to start the week by blowing an eval or blowing a funded account, especially if you're close to passing. Wait for your opportunity. If that means you sit out part or all of Monday, then that means you sit out part of all of Monday. So just be very, 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 very slow to take trades. Take your A setups, and let's start the week off as green as possible.
I did just get filled on this at the 85s for a short.
Yeah, I do like it, especially where that 9 EMA is sitting on the 1 or on the 2 minute.
Yeah, let's see if I can get it. I have a 15-point stop on it. Oh, actually 16.5 stop, but for a 35-point target.
Awesome.
Doesn't happen often that I get 2 entries before market open.
I know. Chaotic Monday here.
Chaotic Monday. Almost a Freaky Friday.
Nice. I think you might get this.
That would be nice. It was a nice retest of London low.
Good entry on that one.
I think I got top ticked actually.
Nice.
No, almost. It went up to 86. I got in at 85. Let's see. I would definitely want to see a candle close here below the 70s, or move to. I mean, if we do touch 70s, I will move break even.
Yeah, that was a good candle close on the 5 minute too.
I would like to see a new low though before New York opens.
Yeah, the only thing is it's almost like they're trying to hold previous day or Friday's highs at 76, but there's no reason, I feel like, from based off chart, that we don't go lower.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
Right.
All right, just a second here. Drew, if we want to pull up my screen very, very quickly, we do have a ton of earnings coming this week. So we're looking at earnings after the close today. Nothing significant today per se. Waste Management, that's a crappy company. Whirlpool, all right. Now tomorrow, before the market open, we have PayPal, we have UPS. We start getting to some of the pharmaceuticals, which is going to be interesting because Trump just announced potential tariffs on pharmas. Visa and Starbucks, so a good glimpse into the retail market. Cheesecake Factory, who doesn't love Cheesecake Factory? Caesars, and then Wednesday gets a little more interesting. Meta and Microsoft report. Robinhood as well. Let's see, Ford. All right. Thursday's the big one. Apple, Amazon, Reddit, Cloudflare, MasterCard before the open. So a ton of earnings this week, guys. PayPal and SoFi on Tuesday before the open as well. So not necessarily banks. Banks were a little more last week, but we do have a lot of payment processors. We're going to get a good glimpse, I think, into the retail market through some of those earnings this week. And then, of course, the big boys, Amazon and Apple combined, that's a huge percentage of the NASDAQ and the S&P. So it's going to be I told you guys, I think it is going to be a really good week for trading. Now, again, whether that means you're red or green, of course, is up to your execution. But I think it is going to be a fantastic week of trading. Looking forward to trading it with you.
Yeah, this is going to be a banger. So we did just touch the low here. So I did move my stop to break even. Sitting at 85 right now with my stop.
Great trade so far.
I just want to get that follow through because I mean we're seven and something minutes out of the New York Open, so I do not want to hold through that necessarily.
Yeah, they're really trying to hold this Friday's high.
I wanted to answer Wildberry's question. So earnings come out before and after the New York session. They do not release, typically do not release earnings during the New York session. So
that would be diabolical.
It would be. Most of the earnings come out, at least the big ones come out. It can be a minute after the New York market closes. It can be much later. Apple likes to have the stage to themselves, so they usually wait till 4:30 or 4:45. But I think that's a relic from the Steve Jobs era, because Steve Jobs, we know he was brilliant. We also know he loved the good spotlight. So
yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're kind of consolidating here, which makes sense. I mean, usually a couple minutes before the New York Open happens, we do consolidate. We're 6 minutes out now, so
nasty NASDAQ with this potential double bottom here again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lots of buying coming in here on both futures. We do need to reject, like I would say now, if we're gonna continue further.
I'll probably move my stop up like 4 points above the 5-minute candle. It makes a bit more sense. So that puts me at a 3.5 point stop, which is fine.
Yeah, so far rejecting the 9 EMA here on the 2-minute, but these candles, it's so ugly. Like the last 5-minute candle looked very, very convincing of a potential, continuation of that short, but really just holding that Friday's high, which is not ideal.
Still got a decently sized order sitting down at 450 here. It's not so big that I feel, it's 50 some contracts. I don't feel like it's, necessarily going to be a magnet like 100 plus, but it's, yeah, this is somebody just said, I didn't see who that was. Boundless. This is kind of an interesting setup heading into the Open, but right, because we've basically filled the gap here, and we have. So it's a matter of, is this was background Nick right? We filled the gap, and now we're going to the moon. We'll see.
I would love this gap fill. I do. I do hope we get this move to the downside, not just for you, Nick, but I want that entry at that gap fill.
Hey, we're getting some pressure now. Let's go.
Ooh.
Now I like it. Now I like it.
I'm gonna be watching 450. That 620 or 625. I'm talking West Coast time here. 925. Usually we get a reaction 5 minutes before the open. So that was that reaction, it looks like. Let's see. I think we get this gap fill.
Gappy,
Would be
gappy.
nice.
Gappy.
But it's
But we
teasing.
need to open below the 70 here for continuation. Yeah. They keep holding 470.
Well, let's see. I have a 3.5 point stop, so it does not matter.
It does not matter.
It doesn't matter who you are. It's teasing. It's teasing. It wants to go down. It wants to go down.
Yeah, 470 is going to be key here. We need to clear this level. ES right at its gap fill here, trying to bounce. I think if NASDAQ gets its gap fill, ES will probably get down to the 420s. Potentially, yeah, like 424. The problem is if we do get the continuation, then not looking too great. Yeah, 425 has some buyers sitting on ES. And then below that would be like 422. And that's about it.
I mean, the gap fill is so realistic. The question is, do we pop up first before we go down?
Yeah, we're in a very critical spot here at the open. Of course they would do that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
2 minutes to the open, guys. So you know what time it is. It is time for the opening bell battle.
Oh yeah, I still feel like we need this this transition done with like us actually fighting. That would be so cool.
One day.
One day. Oh man. So I'm still sitting in that short. Currently 12 points in profit.
You bold enough to ride it into the open?
I moved my stop to break even now because I do not want to be involved in some nasty opening price action.
Oof.
So
Good
I'm
call.
risk-free, currently 13 points in profit. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. So
Do you have your take profit set?
yes.
I think I see it.
At
Yeah.
50, yeah.
All right. Well, we got about 40 seconds here until the open. So hopefully you get this fill.
Would be nice.
All right, my friends, it is 30 seconds to the New York Open. Ready to start another week here at Tradeify TV. Last week was, I think, our best week of shows overall. So we've got a tough standard to live up to, but I think we're going to do it. We want to thank everyone for being here, as you always are. We love all of our regulars. If you're here for the first time, put it in the chat. Let us know so we can say hello to you. All right, guys, it is time for everybody's favorite part of the show. We are now 5 seconds to the New York Open. 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding, motherfuckers.
Come on, dump
Give me
it.
the flush. Give me the flush. Dump it.
Let's go.
Come on. Come on. It doesn't want to.
They kind of look like they do.
Yeah.
They just need to clear the 70 here. I really need to clear it.
Not bad.
There
Not
it
bad.
is.
But it's teasing. They're playing around. Just playing around.
Nasty.
I think it stopped out break even. Yikes.
Nasty with that.
Nasty NASDAQ. Why?
Yes, really holding this gap fill here. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to take this for a potential move to the upside on ES, not NQ. because that's my stop on ES would be much smaller, but I also don't want to get into a trade right at the open, so kind of want to let this settle a little bit. But it does look like ES might potentially want to make this move back up. Let's see.
Yeah, NQ is pushing. NQ is pushing.
520 is VWAP.
Bebop.
Is that what we call it in LA?
Yeah. Bebop.
Yeah. So we did just retest the 500s. Now
Yuck.
flush.
Yuck.
It's exactly what I said could happen, right? That we go higher first and then we flush.
Yuck.
Come on.
That was mean.
Oh.
Yeah, 500 is going to be that key level that we need to break.
Not done
now.
yet. Not done yet.
Oof. All right, let's see if we get this gap fill now. At this point, if bears don't push it down, they're dead to me.
Never shorting again.
This mark 470 on your charts, guys. This level is wow.
Wowzy.
Oh, wow. I mean, not even just 470. It's really a range. It's really like a 10-point range between 66 and 76. 76 is going to be Friday's highs. So it sounds like they want to defend. Bulls want to defend Friday's highs. Because they know that if they lose Friday's highs, Bulls or Bears will get the gap fill.
Yep. It's a fight right now. It's a fight. But it looks like the Bears are going to get it. Which would suck for me.
Yeah, Boundless. Trust me, I still like the shorts. Don't get me wrong. I feel like these bulls are strong though. These bulls are strong. But Bears need to take this. They really need to just stuff this down. I think there's a lot of trapped shorts here now if we do get this bounce here. But we'll see. Let's see what we get. Yes, also kind of struggling to get above previous day Friday's highs here, sitting at 64.31. So I do want to say, as long as we stay below 500 here on NQ, there is still more potential for the downside.
Yeah, right now we're just ranging.
Yeah.
35 points.
Yeah,
but that's why
to take this to the next level's got to want it, and they got to have the juice behind it, because right now they're just whipsawing back and forth.
Yeah, that's why I moved break even, because I did not want to involve in something like that. To be fair.
Yeah.
A nice flush would have been fire, but I'm happy to be break even on this. I'm wondering how big the 50-minute opening range is going to be today. Because
yeah,
it was pretty tight on Friday, right? Was it?
Was it Friday?
Was it Friday? I think so.
One of the days. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
One of the days.
One of the days.
Let's see.
I do like me a tight opening range, not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie, huh?
All right, we are trying to hold this 470 here. ES struggling, but trying to hold this gap fill. Again, not convinced until we get back above 500 on NQ, and then ES does have to get back above 431 at minimum. Anything you're looking at, Matt?
No, I'm just I want to see where this well, we just closed the opening candle. I would say obviously an edge to the bulls there, but we got to get the follow through, and this was something we did see last week, which was for any move, you got to see the move and then the confirmation, the follow through. We saw some decent moves last week. We didn't see that full confirmation, that full follow through that just told you either the Bulls or the Bears are in complete control. We actually saw quite the opposite. We saw a lot of moves and immediate counter moves, reversals instead of continuation. So, we were in a bullish week, but we didn't have as much confirmation as I would like. So let's see. We need a strong push. Bulls need a strong push over 500. Bears need a strong push below 470. Anything else is just noise.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah, I'm kind of sad we didn't get that follow through to the gap fill here.
Yeah,
I would have rather had a nice drop here at the open. Not to say that it still couldn't happen, but kind of disappointed in my Bears here.
Well, I guess you never short again.
Yeah, they're dead to me so far until they can make this gap happen. 15-minute is setting up for a nice potential move to the upside here. Trying to tap into 500 as we speak. Still getting a nice rejection here. Tough. Yes, still not able to get up above that 64.31. Really rejecting here there too. Let's see.
Oh man. Oh man. No, we're still holding the 500s for now. By the way, we can update my position. I'm out of that short. I'm not in this anymore. Still up on the charts.
Man, fuck this market.
Yeah. I said, yeah. Truer words have never been spoken. Yeah.
Yeah, they. I don't know. I can't. It's too early to tell. So it's too early to tell.
Yeah.
But
Yep, it's just sitting out these first 50 minutes for me at that point, because there's no clear direction right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, 500 still rejecting here.
Mhm.
ES does look weaker. ES does look weaker to me. See what SPX, if there's a gap to fill. There sure is, which means ES could have room to the downside here. Yeah, I think if we get the juice, SPX will fill this gap and ES will probably come down. But I think potential bounce on ES is going to be this 421 area right here. So I'm going to mark that. Ooh, nice selling pressure coming in here on both futures.
Yep.
So some people in the chat are short, some people are long. Well, I guess that explains the price movement.
Mix.
That explains the price action.
Ooh, selling coming in hot on ES.
Mm-hmm. And
We'll be watching 420 for a potential bounce on ES.
I mean, ES did fill the gap, so NQ could potentially follow.
I think if we get down to 420, then yeah, and NQ will have filled that gap. And then I'll watch for a reaction on both.
I'm still interested in that gap fill, trading that.
Those orders there's a lot of buyers sitting at 425 here on ES. I think those orders are about to get filled here, and then we have 420. There it is. Nice. Actually, I can show you guys what I'm talking about.
Hey, you got the stream deck set up. Let's go.
That's right. So 425 had a lot of orders sitting there, and now I'm looking at 420 for a potential bounce. Why am I looking for a bounce there? That would probably be in confluence with NASDAQ filling its gap and then getting a reaction. I think if NASDAQ continues through this gap, we have room down to 424. And I'll show you guys here on NQ. You guys can see this 470 era on NASDAQ is really strong. I mean, this is not just on book maps, but you can see on the charts as well. But we do have a lot of liquidity stacked up here down to the downside. 450 is also going to be where that gap fill ends potentially, but we're still getting that bounce at the 70s. So this really is our range that we're dealing with here. You guys can see every time we get back down here, there's those orders that stack up. So potentially if we get the flush through 470, then we'll get to 450. And then below that, we do have some sitting at 425. Not a lot of orders. It's still kind of fresh here, but 425 is another key area for us. That was previous day close on Fridays.
And NQ still holding that 70 level. Literally bounced off of that.
They just baited a ton of shorts right there. Oh my God. They just did some shorts dirty because there were, as Miriam was talking, there were orders that got filled down there. And they did them dirty.
Yeah.
But they've added some fuel. If we pop back up over 500, that could be the
the thing is if we still hold 500, I would like to take a short there.
Mm-hmm. Well, but basically nothing's changed in the last several minutes, right? We said we need a strong push over 500 to confirm to the upside and a strong push below 470. We've got neither. So,
yeah, no, we're just ranging right now. I mean, the 50-minute opening range, if it stays in the range where we're at currently, it's going to be what? Let me check. It's going to be like a 40-point range again. Tight range. I kind of do like the tight ranges for breakouts though. Not gonna lie.
I also like those ranges. We are coming about 2 minutes here until that opening range develops. Lots of stacked orders at that 550 area. Not that we're anywhere near that, but that'll be something to watch if we do get up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah, they really did those shorts dirty.
Well, and what's exceptionally dirty about this price action so far is what have we seen, not every day, but pretty consistently over the last couple of weeks, is these runs at the open, right? Just chop price action into the boom, open 80 points like that, up or down, mostly up or down. And so now they it looked like we were going to get one to the upside at the open. Then it looked like we were going to reverse to the downside. Now we're just, it really is just a lot of chop to start the day.
Yeah.
It's just got to stay patient here. Gotta stay patient. But ES is definitely way weaker right now.
Yeah, much weaker. Again, divergences between both futures hasn't been something new. We've been seeing a lot of that happen, unfortunately, because it does become a little bit harder to trade and choosing the right indice to, go a certain direction with. So, I think, like I said, I think markets are anticipating the earnings this week. And yeah, I think in terms of tariff goes, I think we've already kind of priced those in, but let's see what we get. Potential reversal here looking like on ES at this 424 level, but I'm not too convinced on it until we can get back above 500 here on NQ, which we are trying to do right now.
Yeah, we did complete the first 50 minutes here, so oh man, the range is tight.
Yeah, we have the opening range here sitting at, we just broke it. 505. Getting a lot of buying pressure coming in here on both futures.
We have VWAP above that and then daily open at the 520s. After that, we're clear for the moon.
Yeah, we have VWAP here that we're trying to push above. Yes, nice hold so far of that 424. I do want to see a retest of that opening range high at 505.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll potentially look to enter this, but looking like it kind of wants to get away from me right now.
Yeah, it's running. It's doing what we expected it to do when we entered our long here at 8:26 in the morning.
Yep. We would have been green on that trade, Nick. Why did we close it?
So dumb.
Tough.
So we did reject the daily open here at the 20s. Could be a great level for potential pullback into the 50-minute opening range and then pump from there. Are you looking to long this still, Miriam?
Potentially, yeah. I'm looking at the price action right now, seeing where yes, still rejecting that previous day high, which I don't like. But we're right at that opening range here on the 2 minutes, so I might give it a go. I didn't quite get the entry I wanted here. That would have been a nice pullback to that 505 level, so we could probably pump here. Unless we just cannot clear VWAP.
If we get a nice clean bull flag here, that would be a perfect level for that too. But that is over now. Never mind.
I'm going to try it here at 503. My stop is at 490. I'm in 1 mini. So I'm long here at 503.50. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it out.
Go get it.
Yeah, stop is at 490. Now my stream deck, I just realized I didn't set my stream deck for my only thing is ES rejecting this 64.31, which I don't like. Where did my stop go?
Trump's still talking, so
okay, so the reason I took this trade again is because we got into this opening range. We broke out of the opening range, and then I'm looking for a bounce here at the opening range. However, ES is getting the selling pressure, so I actually probably could get stopped out of this trade. Man, they are relentless with this.
Nasty NASDAQ for real today.
Yeah.
That 5-minute candle, ugh.
Yeah, I'm out of this trade.
Yeah, but it does look better for the short to the gap fill now, to be fair.
Yeah, and ES is really just, it's really got the buy. Oh, I didn't get stopped out. Okay.
You did not get stopped out?
I was gonna say, what is a Drake candle? Is that a candle that that is mostly just puts out very mediocre pop hits for a few years, then tries to start a rap beef with a legitimate rapper and gets completely embarrassed for the at the Super Bowl? Is that what a Drake candle is?
No. No. Okay, well, I did not get stopped out of that trade, but I'm going to move my stop to the 90s. I guess I had it at 487 here. I'm going to...
Good for you.
If they don't push it here, I'm just gonna get out of this trade. But looking like they might want to try to hold this, I'm just gonna move it to 95 at this point. So about 10 points or so. They need to get it back above this opening range here. ES really trying to hold this 424. Yeah, I'll probably get stopped out of this. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, now I like all
breakout.
I like all kinds of music, but I'll tell you, if my Midwestern white ass knows you got embarrassed in a rap beef, you got embarrassed in a rap beef.
If even Matt knows it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I have so little tolerance for like celebrity culture and that bullshit, but yeah, if I know about it, you will go, yeah, that's bad. Boy, this is just devious ass price action to start the day.
Yeah. This is
Mhm.
nasty, nasty, nasty.
I think we should need to start pulling up the dump. The marble races for a dump.
Yeah.
If we want to dump, we get a marble race. Not yet, though. Not the time. But the time will come. Trust me. Let's see if we get the
here.
breakout now, yeah? You
I
still
think we
in,
might.
Miriam, or did you close it?
No, I got stopped out.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, I think they try to take it here. Rats.
You rats.
The only thing I just don't like is where ES is sitting. ES is really weak. Very weak on ES.
Very weak, yeah. So choppy. You know, I don't really like when price just chops around like that, yeah?
It's just, yeah, it's like a very awkward area to be in on both futures right now because we're below the gap fill on on ES, NASDAQ above the gap fill. So we're just in a really awkward range.
Let's see if we can break through the daily open now at the 520s.
So I just asked ChatGPT to break down the Drake beef as somebody from the Midwest, and it's a lot of gold in there. I'm not going to read all of it, but I will just say the part that says, who won? Midwest Truth. Kendrick bodied him. It's like watching a Packers fan roast a Bears fan for 25 minutes, and the Bears fan just walks away muttering about 1985. As a Packers fan who regularly roasts Bears fan, yeah, I agree with that. So.
All right, kind of fighting with VWAP here on the 5-minute on NASDAQ. Same area that we got that reversal candle at the 520s. So need to get a push here and hold. ES trying to get the juice.
Yeah, we really need to close above that weekly open here on NASDAQ. You could potentially with that candle right now.
Yeah, some sellers still sitting where we're fighting right now, trying to fill those orders on Bookmaps.
Yikes, gold is dumping. Gold is dumping.
God, it feels like we want to break out here, but man.
Yeah, it's rough.
Tesla's also trying to fill the gap from Thursday.
Oh, God. Oof. Yeah, I think these shorts are going to come in hot.
Well, they are coming in hot every time we get up to this level, but then the longs come in hot, 30 points below. So
yeah.
Yeah, the daily open is just rejecting. 520 is holding. We do have this, tiny little trend line on the 1 minute. Kind of like almost kind of forming a channel here, a little one on NQ. So we could technically, if we break this down to, if we break this to the downside, We could start looking for shorts at the 80s maybe, but then we do have the strong 70 level right below that. So waiting game. Waiting game.
Feels like a range that you could potentially just trade in.
Yeah, technically.
I really want ES to get a nice flush into the 420s, but call it 421, and then possibly get a price. But this 425 is holding, is really, really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind our 5-minute ATR is still just now getting above 15 towards 16, so we're still not quite where we want to be with that. I usually like to see that over 20, closer to 25.
Why is nothing running?
Looks like Friday
Ooh.
price action is continuing.
YM looks horrible right now. Same with ES though, so they tend to follow each other here. RTY, let's see what.
By the way,
Russell's
chat,
doing.
did anybody catch that short on gold? That shit was fire.
Yikes. Yeah, I think the only, well, and this is saying it with a lot, but the only tradable move right now is, I feel like NASDAQ. I feel like this 470 was a clean hold, hold of the trend line, hold of previous days, Friday's high. But now we just need to clear this 520, and I think, you know, we can get the move back up. It's just ES really the weak one here. Trying to hold this 424 as we speak.
So funny, like almost every other trading session, they just exchange being strong or weak.
Yeah, yeah, literally. I might try ES here for long. I'm just trying to be a little bit more cautious. I do like that they're holding 624 or 64.24. Only thing is my stop would have to be about 3 points.
Chat, how are we feeling about a marble race? Should we do a marble race? Should we?
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay. Small little marbly marble. I mean, that would certainly dump the market.
Okay, so no longs then.
Well, probably not. Yeah, okay, they want it. They want it. Great. All right, so here's the thing. We're sitting at 540 likes right now. Let's get the stream to 649. 649 likes. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and we're going to do a marble race. Anybody who's in longs, make sure to start closing your positions.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was about to jump in with it. Does our chat want a marble race? Does the Pope shit in the woods?
Trying to get this push above 520.
Oof.
God, nasty.
Yeah, they just swiped some stops there.
Nasty.
Yeah, now I like this for long here on NQ. I'm the one who's gonna be longing while playing marbles. Wow.
Yeah. What are you doing?
That's kind of dumb, not gonna lie.
Oh man.
All right. Let's see. We're at 618, 620, 29 more.
Boy, they can't get it over 25 yet.
Not yet, no.
Decent amount of liquidity layered in above us. I mean, nothing earth-shattering, but it's. I mean, if you're judging based on price action gravitating towards liquidity, we got a little at 30, a little over 40, a little at 50.
I feel like ES is the shortable one. Even though we are holding this 24, I feel like this 31 is gonna be a little bit tough to break. Especially if NASDAQ doesn't continue to make highs, I think ES will come back down.
Could be. Well, guys, you're liking the stream, so we need to follow the rules. We're close. 11 more likes, and we're gonna do a marble race, no matter who's in the long and who's not. Sorry, background Nick. The marble gods have decided.
Yeah, I'm actually gearing up for a potential short here on ES. I want to see us get back up above. Like, I want to see us make a little bit of a move to the 430s, call it like 430 and change. And then I'll set a stop at like 433-ish.
All right. Well, I'll help you with that because we did just cross 649 likes. So, guys, we're going to do a marble race. This is the first one of the day. We're going to have more later, but this one is going to be for a 50K growth account. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the same as always. You have to like the stream. You have to subscribe to the channel. And you got to type the keyword once I drop it. The keyword is not yet announced, okay? Once I drop the keyword, only type it once in the chat, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, because you're going to get disqualified. And we do not want that for you. So the keyword is very simple. TTV or Tradeify TV. Congrats, everybody. Well, not congrats. What did I say? Good luck. I'm already a step ahead. Monday. Where would you like to take the short, Miriam?
I want to take it closer to the previous day high and see if we can get another rejection there, because then my stop will just be a couple points, pretty much where the gap fill starts on ES. But I do want a little bit more. The only thing I'm like not too excited about is the volume, but I think if NASDAQ gets the move back down, then ES will follow.
Could be.
Do want a little bit closer to the 431, so let's call it like 430.75.
I am liking that. We're breaking that channel on NQ. Little
YM
channel.
is good. If we just blast through this 431, then this trade will be invalidated. YM is starting to get the juice too. I think we have room on YM potentially.
Markets spent a lot of time last week running away from big areas of liquidity, and it appears we're doing that again today. Every time some big liquidity pops up on the board, or at least relatively big, right? There's no huge liquidity on the board, but we see the price action, at least initially, run away from it, which is, again, nothing's 100%, but it's pretty common for price action to go to liquidity. But again, if the market makers don't have the orders to fill that liquidity, they can't take it there.
This would be the line in the sand for me to consider a short here at this 432, which we are trying to get the move up above. So
we still have the London high, the ES London high sitting at 433.
Yeah, that would have been my stop.
London low, not London high. My bad.
Yeah.
NQ is trying to push out of that 520 level, but it just can't get over it. Just can't get over it yet.
Yeah, I don't love this short right now.
All right, Drew, whenever you're ready, feel free to pull up the marble race. Now we're going to run a race for a 50K growth account. So, are we ready to short this? No financial advice. All right, Drew, let's drop him. And no, Miriam, don't want to hear it.
What?
What this is.
I'll probably try this here and take a stop at 434.
Okay, so 518 would have been the short here for the marble race. Couldn't get into the account because Brett locked Nick out.
Oh no.
But we're currently break even. Trading 4 keeps in the lead. The Archer second, Kyogo third, Quick Wipe in the lead. Okay, that's an evil looking one. That has some Lord of the Ring vibes here. Lord of the Rings.
Best movie scores of all time.
Yeah, such good movies. Let's see who wins this. Winner gets a 50K growth account. Then later on, we're going to do a marble race for a 150K lightning funded account. But if we cross 18,300 subscribers today, we're going to have more 150K lightning funded accounts to give away. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and share this channel with your friends. They can subscribe as well. Now, we do have a winner here for that first marble race. The winner is Bo Havilar. Havilar. So congrats. Make sure to type something in the chat. I can't tag you for whatever reason. Ooh, marble lost 8 points. Whoopsies. Oh, type something in the chat really quick. See, come on, man. Looks like the winner is not typing. One of those.
Come on, y'all.
I can't tag him in the chat though, so.
Like this literally ruins Nick's day when somebody.
No, I mean,
I don't take it as serious, but I feel that, man. I mean, this. Who knows? That could have been the account to change somebody's life.
I don't care for myself. Like, I don't give a shit. But that person who would have won, I mean, how cool would it have? Now I can say, I promise I can talk. How cool would it have been if that person got the account and got it to payout, and then that payout got doubled by Brett because he was the first one to actually make it?
That would have been sick. Would have been sick.
Oh, you have 40 more seconds.
Do, do, do.
Hey, you're gonna keep going for 30 more seconds, man.
Yeah, no.
Come on, dancing monkey.
I will say though, we not claiming a giveaway account is a real "what are you doing" moment.
There it is.
It really is.
There it is. All right, 8 more seconds. It is gonna go to the second place if he doesn't claim. All right, so that is now. That means SHK Hurricane, You won a 50K growth account. Congrats. Type
Ooh,
something in the chat, please.
congratulations.
SHK Hurricane. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Wait, what? You actually live in Lucerne? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? If you live in Lucerne,
Nick will hand deliver you your
I'll
giveaway.
hand deliver you your account.
Oh, Nick, did you make a new friend?
Aw.
Maybe.
Hopefully they're not a serial killer. It's,
Well,
Not in Switzerland. They don't
I
have
guess
any.
we'll find out.
or they just don't catch him.
Yeah, true.
Or they
True.
don't catch him, yeah. But make sure, SHK, that you actually add your email address to the YouTube channel description so we can reach out to you. I'm liking this drop on the NQ here out of that channel. No way you're from Lucerne. Dude, for real? That is actually hilarious.
Listen.
Like, that's such a small city, guys. You as Americans, you don't even understand.
Like we don't have small cities over here.
No, you don't have,
Yeah, what?
you don't have that. No, it
Okay.
is like,
Okay, I'm gonna drive you through the Midwest sometime, dude.
no. I know you have small cities, but this is a really small one. Like 82,000 people. And it's
Oh,
one of
that-
the...
I
But-
live in a town of 32,000, brother. Come
Yeah,
on.
but you gotta imagine, this is one of the biggest cities in Switzerland. So...
You don't understand, Matt.
Apparently I don't. I
No, you don't understand.
just fuck me, I guess. I don't know. Like,
Man, this trade is just not wanting to work. Yes. Oops. Nasdaq trying to hold its opening range high here. Yes, still trying to reject this area.
I will say this: there is I'm sure you see it, Mariam, between about 540 and 550. There's a good chunk of orders on the board.
Mhm.
Now, again, if we don't have the flip side of that, it's the market makers can't take it up there, which is what we've been seeing pretty consistently over the past couple of weeks. But again, when it comes to Bookmap, guys, if it's ever something you've used, big areas of liquidity that stay on the charts for a long time. I don't want to say always, of course, but they usually get their fill. Now, it's sitting there at 500, so you think, I'll go long here, I'll ride it up to 5. Well, no, it could pull back 20 points first. But when big areas of liquidity get on the board and stay on the board, it tends to attract price action. Again, that's a day-by-day thing and not a minute-by-minute thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, no. What's happening?
Yeah, this is PMP. It's been right back in the range, right? It's and what they've been devious. They've been sucking in some longs too, because every candle for the last, not including this candle, for the 3 candles before the last one, all made new highs before. You know what I'm saying? The high of that candle was higher than the high of the candle before it. I'm say that 10 times fast. So you're sucking in a lot of algos, you're sucking in a lot of retail longs, and then they just take it right back. Yeah, we're hovering right at VWAP. We're basically the NQ's up 100 point. Like, I have no bias right now. I really do not. Until we get a push back below 500 or up above 530 and make a run at that 550, I don't have a bias. Now, if we do get above 530, I think we get to 550 pretty quickly just based on the orders on the board. But we trade what we see and not what we think. Yeah, Luis, I wanted to be careful about saying higher highs though, because people take that as like a trends, situation. So, yeah, I tripped over that answer. It is what it is.
Having technical issues right now, which is never fun.
Aren't we all?
Okay.
So hopefully, boy, I mean, I'm sure, I know we've seen in the chat a few people are green. Hopefully, those of you that aren't green are staying the hell out of this so far. This could be a situation, Miriam, as well, where it's a, we talked going into the show, like how much is coming out this week. It may just be we need to wait on a little bit to jumpstart the markets.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, like I said, with earnings coming out this week, it's interesting too, because I feel like a lot of the market, I talked about this earlier, right? About how, typically in the indices, it's not so much overbought or oversold. It's more so when you're looking at individual stocks, right? You're looking at individual names like Apple, Microsoft, all these tech names that are reporting earnings this week. These are the ones that, tend to get overbought, oversold. And a lot of times, when we do hit these earnings, like for example, Netflix had amazing earnings, increased their guidance, but the stock still dropped about, I think, 5%. And so I think a lot of that goes into, we're talking about profit taking at this point, right? So I think that'll be an interesting dynamic to see with earnings coming out this week, because if we can potentially, if a lot of these earnings come out with really, really solid numbers, there's still that potential that, a lot of these investors might see, big moves in these names, let's just take some profit, which again, we did see with Netflix happening. And, a lot of these other names are getting a little bit overbought here. So one of those names, for example, that I'm looking at is Meta. So Meta Meta has dumped so much into the AI space. And I know Zuckerberg likes to be the top of that space in a lot of ways. And so if we see that Meta comes out with any sort of lack thereof on the AI stuff, then we might see, a potential drop on Meta. And Meta actually right now has a nice double top forming on its chart here. But in terms of, just guidance in general and all of that, I think, we might be seeing a potential nice earnings report on a lot of these names, but a lot of profit taking might also be happening. So I would not be surprised, even though we have been in this bull market, to see a potential move back to the downside in this week. And considering the Fed rate, we know we're not obviously expecting a Fed rate change, but considering all the things that are happening this week, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of potential pullback and then a move to reload and then move higher. So that's something that I'll be on watch. But again, we have those bigger names. I think we have Apple today, and then yeah, we had that chart earlier. But
yeah, Apple and Amazon on Thursday.
Okay.
Apple, Amazon Thursday. So again, this is like big earnings week, right? Like the last couple of weeks, we've had a few things, have the airlines, the banks. We did have Netflix. That's a big one. And then NVIDIA does its own thing in like 3 weeks. But this is the week where we have Meta, we have Microsoft, we have Amazon, we have Apple. It really, you don't need anything else, although there's plenty more. But those will drive the markets. I believe Meta and Microsoft are on Wednesday. Apple and Amazon are on Thursday. So, and Friday we got a jobs report as well, since it's the first. So, yeah, again, end of month as well. So there's a lot going on this week in terms of sort of big macro news items.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's see. Kind of struggling at this 520 area here on NQ. I think, if we can clear 500, I think we might make the move back down to like the 80s, and then potentially new all-time low. No, not all-time lows, just
Zero.
session lows.
Zero or all-time lows.
We're going to zero, guys. Negative infinity. Man, I gotta watch out what I say.
Yep.
We sure might hit zero. All right. Nice rejection of that gap fill here, or that gap top, I guess, on ES here. Let's see if we can make a new low on ES, because ES was looking a little bit more promising, but starting to get the sell down here.
Hello.
Nice.
There's setting pressure.
I just realized, Nick, did we not update my position here?
Are you in a trade?
Yeah, I took ES short at that 31.75 when we did the marbles. So I've just been in this trade.
Nice.
I want to see if we can make a new low here on ES. Not looking like we want to. We're really looking to hold this area here. NASDAQ right to previous day high. Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, that previous day high level, previous week high, is the same. It's just holding. That was a nice short. Some people caught it in the chat. Congrats, guys.
Good job, guys. Yeah, I just don't like this bounce. Don't like this bounce at all. Horrible. I want to see them continue this. Otherwise, I will take this loss, and that would be not fun.
You say you have your stop above the high?
Yeah.
Okay. I
34.
think you should be good. As long as we hold that London low.
Well, the thing is that this market today has just been all about F around and find out. So
Yeah.
it's not really it just feels like, another thing too is like, even with NASDAQ, just these moves on NASDAQ have been so dicey. ES, I will say ES feels a little bit cleaner in terms of the moves, but even then I feel like it's just, we're really ranging.
Mm-hmm.
Move my, so you guys can see this. Is that even something? What is going on with my stream deck today?
Okay.
Is it brokey?
I think it is brokey.
Yeah.
Every time I try to move to my charts or my position, tough. Okay. All right. ES needs to clear this 428, 420, call it 427.
Oh man, we're stuck in that 50-minute opening range again.
Yeah. Background Nick's got it there. We are home on the range.
Where the deer and the antelope play.
Where the NQ and the ES like to play.
Yeah, literally.
Pody trades. That drop was crazy. I had a 50 tick TP. I was given 60 ticks. Nice.
Nice. That's always nice.
What
All right.
the Max 7? What are the Max 7 doing? All right, so Tesla is still trying to fill the gap from Thursday. Nvidia is pretty much doing nothing. Up a bit.
I'm moving my stop on this. I don't like this. If we get a double bounce or double bottom bounce here on ES, I do not like this. So I'm taking my profits early if this is the case.
Pretty much everything is flat on the Max 7.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting on that. Took about a $25 win on that. I don't like this bounce. This is not what I want to see. So I did actually move my stop to break even on that, just because right now, if we engulf this candle, I don't want to see us close above 32 on ES. And in that case, looking at how NASDAQ really held previous day, Friday's highs, I am not holding on to this trade. So this could dump right here and I would not be too pissed about it, because at this point, like, I'm reading price action and it's not convincing me of the short so far. Especially holding this pre-market low. NASDAQ, nice bounce here. So this could potentially make a new high at this point. So that's what I would expect bears to completely get out of this and let the bulls take over at this point. So no longer in this short. Got, like I said, $25 on that, but yeah, I don't trust this move. I don't trust it. I could be totally wrong on this, but I'd rather be wrong and be out than be in it and think that it's gonna make the move.
What Matt always says.
Just too much like playing around on these charts today.
Yeah,
it's like typical Monday action. I don't like
VWAP
it.
VWAP is still acting as good resistance though.
Yeah,
I mean, a short down to previous week high would be interesting. Would be interesting.
Yeah.
The markets,
yeah, this, like,
we can't commit either direction right now.
That's what I'm saying. For me, I want, like, on this move that we got right here, because I got in right at this. I don't know if you guys can, yeah, you guys can see my charts. I got in on this candle right here at 10:10. So I got in on this candle with a stop literally like 2 ticks above where this second candle wick to. So when I see a move like this, I expect continuation. When I see that NASDAQ's holding previous day high, that's not like indicative of shorts really finding acceptance to make another low. Like right now, I mean, yes, anything can happen, but when I see on ES a potential double bottom with, we made these lows, we made another attempt to get to these lows, but we made a higher low. To me, that's indicative of a potential run back up above these highs. So I'm not thrilled about this, especially seeing where NASDAQ wicked to. Nice bounce at previous day high. For me, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay out of this. Let the move happen. If we do, for whatever reason, come back down and break these lows, then I'll get a little perked up. But again, I would rather, at this point, I'd rather take the reversal, potentially get this nice move down and then a reversal up. And NASDAQ hasn't even filled its gap yet. That's something we've been talking about all morning. Is like we want to see this gap fill, and now we're flirting with the top of this gap. So just nothing like screaming out to me. And I think those are one of those days where I'd rather be out of a trade than and be potentially right on it, but then rather just be in it and like wishing I was out. So we'll see what we get.
Fair points.
This is only the first hour of the week as far as the New York Open. Keep in mind, guys, we have our usual guests on tap for you this week. We've got Joey Morgan tomorrow. We've got a Moss on Wednesday and Tyler Trades on Thursday. And on Tuesday and Thursdays, we got Coach Tank. So, what else do you need? We got a bunch of traders, trading coach, and the 3 wonderful people you have on your screen right now. What else do you need?
Yeah. Tony Snug, I'm talking about a higher low here on ES. We made this low on the 5-minute and then a higher low here when we tried to make the move back down. So for me, I wanted a fresher low. I wanted us to come back down and make another low, which we didn't. Right now, we are just flirting with this opening range high, though, on ES. Like, ES really could just be barcoding all day. Kind of give us what we did on Friday. We did the same thing on Friday. Look at Friday. This was Friday. Literally right in the morning. We did the same thing. We're just like chopping around. Then we finally got the breakout and we made new all-time highs. But that being said, I'm not excited about this sort of move. $34. I mean, really a 10-point range on ES is not the best.
Well, and we're getting to the point, we're not there yet, but we're closing in on where our 5-minute ATR is close to or equal to our standard deviation width. Right now, 5-minute ATR is 18.7. Standard deviation width is a little over 23. When those two are equal or even close to equal, that is a huge red flag for me as far as the markets, because again, that basically means, yeah, we're moving a little bit. We're not really going anywhere. We're not catching and holding a trend. We're not, every small move is met by a small counter move. So again, that's kind of a little bit of a off book indicator that I use to tell me that we're just not tradable right now.
Right. And I think another thing, at least for me, another thing is like, if I can equally argue both sides, then I'm not interested in a trade. Right now, I can equally argue both sides. And that's for me trying to force a trade, right? Because on NQ, you can argue that we're setting up for a push up because of this bottom wick that we got here on this last candle. We wicked right to that previous day high. And, this could be just setting up for a consolidation for another move higher. On the other side, we could argue that this is still a good short, right? Because we're rejecting VWAP. We're, we have this nice wick now to fill to the downside. So it's really like you can see it from both sides and really argue that. And I think, again, like for me, when I see both sides equally potentially work out, I'm not convinced to take a trade one way or another. And, that same thing happened for me on ES. Like, I'm like, I can argue both sides of this. Technically, yes, we are still below my stop, but at the same time, I'm like, they could try to hold this. They could really try to bounce this and make a higher low, and then move this back up to VWAP, which would have clearly stopped me out. So I'd rather take my $25 win, be wrong on this trade, and then potentially look for another entry. And I think for me, like seeing this, if I had gotten an entry closer to this 435 area, maybe I would have stayed in this. I probably would have stayed in this and maybe moved my stop to this 432. But considering that I got in right at this 432 area, I was like, you know what? We're just going to wait for a better setup. Mondays are tricky too. Mondays are really tricky.
I would like NQ if it broke out of that trend line here on the 1 minute after we had that push down to previous week high. And then right back up. If we can push through this with volume to the upside, I think we have a chance, maybe.
Yeah. ES looked like it was setting up for a nice move to the upside here too, which again, it still could be, but it's just, this area here, 424, I would mark that on your charts if you do trade ES. That is holding for now. And I think if we get the move down past that, potential other area we could hold is this 420, 421, 421.50 is what I have. And I got that area, if you guys are interested to know where I got that zone from. That is, actually, let me extend this line here. You can see nice clear area of resistance that we had here on Thursday's Asia session. And then, nice level that we rejected. And then when we came up here, we broke through it. And then look, we held as support. So 421 is going to be the next key area that we would potentially hold as support. Otherwise, if we break that, we do have this level here at 415. So that's kind of how I like my areas here on ES too. They tend to be cleaner than NASDAQ. NASDAQ has a lot more range in terms of slippage goes. But yeah, I would say ES would need to hold 421 and then 415, 416 area. And then we got room down to this demand zone, sitting at
The-
407.
The range gets tighter and tighter. On the 1 minute on NQ, like literally in the last 13 minutes, we've been inside of a 17-point range.
Wow.
Yeah. Getting the selling coming in here on ES specifically. And then some buying stepping in as well. Nasty. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have been annoyed if I was still in the street right now.
Yeah. Understandable.
Just lack of follow through. Lack of follow through. And
Lack
it's so
of
different.
anything.
I don't know if you guys, huh?
Lack of anything. Literally.
Yeah,
not doing-
and this is
Yeah.
what kind of makes it frustrating to trade because I started really trading futures about 3 years ago. I've been trading options. That's how I started was trading options. And I just feel like I don't recall seeing this sort of price action. And I know we've talked about how this market cycle is different and it's a little bit harder to trade and there are a lot more fake outs and whatsoever. But I just feel like this sort of move was never common. There would be so much more follow through, especially to the upside. But just these lack of like movements have just been so excruciating. And I think, especially as someone who scalps, especially as someone who, likes these, more momentum plays, it's a lot harder to trade. And it's just more frustrating. It's so much more frustrating to trade.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those situations where I can say with certainty right now, if we were not doing this stream, I would not be sitting at my desk. I'd get up, wander away 5-10 minutes, kind of come back with a fresh set of eyes and give the price. I wouldn't even be pissed if I missed a big move up or down. I just, get out of this range, where the NQ is actually kind of trapped in a range in the gap, ironically, right? So it's, and after spending at least 30 to 45 minutes in any sort of consolidation, I'm not going to take the first move out of that consolidation because more often than not, it's going to be a head fake. And if I miss a big move, fine, right? And again, better to wish you were in a trade than out of a trade. But yeah, it's nothing. I've had my finger on the mouse like 3 times this morning in some personal accounts, and I'm just like, no, there's nothing. What do you gotta the rational brain needs to take over at some point and say there's no edge here, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely absurdly tight initial balance here on ES. Like it's just so excruciating looking at this. Like, all right, what are we doing? Did the hedge fund managers and HFTs or whatever, like they went on vacation for the day. That's just what it feels like.
Well, the algos are feasting today. The algo, this type of price movement, the arbitrage, they're killing it today. But yeah, the big boys aren't participating. That's very clear, just in the volume, let alone in the price action. So, and to be fair, those managing billions or trillions of dollars are not going to be taking major positions before the onslaught of news and earnings and other stuff. So now that doesn't mean we can't still hope. I was hoping for some runs, 40, 50 point runs. Give us a few of those. We'll bank it, right? But when we can't get out of our own way to even make a 20-point move in one direction, there is the big fish, even the small fish they're just not swimming today.
Right. And again, it just goes back to like managing your risk. I mean, you guys have seen me significantly reduce my size. I mean, I'm trading 1 mini because I don't trust this price action. And I think, even the days that I am down, like I haven't been down, more than even like $900, $800. Like I'm really trying to get like a good move out of these. And it's just a lot of times the lack of follow through is like, again, very excruciating, but also like I'm very quick to move my stops. I know me and Nick were in that trade earlier this morning, but like I even said, I was like, you know what? I don't trust this. If we start getting the move back down, I want to be at least in a tighter stop than I was previously. And it's just, it's one of those where you just got to be very mindful of your position sizing and make sure you're not blowing your accounts or trying to get the swing moves like that we used to get. It's just it's very, very hard. But I think like I said, this is our range now. This really is our range. Call it 530 on NQ, all the way down to this 4 470, 460, same areas we've been flirting with. And then I think any sort of breakout could potentially give us a nice play. But right now, ES is just excruciatingly painful to look at. This 435, 434 area, right where VWAP right now is sitting, needs to break to the upside so that we can possibly continue to this 440. Otherwise, break this 424, hit 421, maybe get a nice reaction here for a bounce, and then play that to the upside. But right now, just this range alone is not what I would. It's diddling in the middle, and you don't want to be diddling in the middle. So just gotta wait. It's all a patience game at this point.
True. This is starting to look nice for long though on NQ. Not gonna lie.
We are getting some buying pressure coming in here on NASDAQ specifically. ES starting to pick up as well. Let's see if we can clear the initial balance here.
Yeah, I am starting to like this.
Yeah, the market's got
VWAP
5
is
more minutes to
clear.
break out, or this turns into Tradeify karaoke.
I do love
Miriam will
Tradeify
sing
karaoke.
songs from before she was born, apparently. So that's
I do like the oldies. The oldies are good.
like you
Much
were
better
talking
than
about
the
songs
music
from
we
the
have
early
today.
90s. Those are oldies.
Okay, I sang one song from the 90s. That's not doesn't mean that's an oldie. Might be an oldie for some people, but
These goddamn kids.
oh man. I know background Nikki here, I think is in along.
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
We missed you.
Oh
My
my
con-
gosh.
my
I just
connection
realized
did me
what
dirty
we
there.
had up.
Drew did me dirty there.
Do you have Comcast or Spectrum?
That's
Yeah.
Swisscom. Swisscom is what it's called here.
Okay. Do they suck as bad as our ISPs?
Actually, no. No, it's not. It's not the internet connection. Actually, it's just a weird browser issue. Apparently, like Chrome shuts down the tab for whatever reason. I am liking this for a long though here. Yeah. All right. Background chat. Chill.
I wasn't gonna say anything. But what are you looking at? What are you looking at, Nick?
I want to break that weekly open actually. 5 minute candle close above weekly open or long.
So rejecting VWAP here. Eesh.
Yes.
How's the chat feeling today? Are we in longs or are we in short? I mean, we had such a range when we first got that poll out earlier. I want to know, are people still in longs? Are we in shorts? What are we doing?
By the way, it's a great time for questions as well, guys. If you have any questions for any of us related to trading, feel free to put them out there.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like if you're up on the day, don't feel like you need to trade this chop. I mean, take your win and just watch the rest of the stream. I mean, it's really tough.
Even if you're down on the day, like don't
Close
feel
your,
like
close your platforms, go get
right
yourself another cup of coffee and put your feet up and let us entertain you for the next hour 45.
All right, so we got a couple random quite the range here. So shorts to London low, says Paulo. Range for the next 3 hours. Yeah, you're not wrong. We also got a poll up here, so make sure you answer that. Oh man,
I don't have any
Faithful
popcorn
Tears,
right now,
huh?
but I'm choosing the popcorn one.
Ooh, that one's popcorn does sound good. Popcorn always
Yeah, it
sounds
does
good.
actually.
Always sounds good.
Well, the
So
question is sugar or salt?
Ooh, I do see. I gotta have both. I'm a both kind of popcorn
Well, like
person.
mixed?
Just regular popcorn, it's got to be salt. Like there can be some flavored ones with some sugar, but no, regular popcorn, a little butter, a little salt, perfect.
Yeah, you
Wait-
gotta have the buttery
wait a second.
popcorn.
Well, Miriam, do you do the mixed, like salty and sweet?
I like kettle corn because it has like both. But if I have to choose, like gun to my head, I'm choosing like buttery popcorn.
Okay.
Why
yeah,
would
fair
anyone
enough.
put a gun to your head to what popcorn you're choosing?
I'm just saying,
Well-
there's crazies out there.
Oh,
Big six, dude. If you haven't had popcorn with sugar on it, you're missing out.
Oh yeah, I was actually gonna ask you about that. You sugar?
Yeah, we do.
I don't know
we
about
do.
sugar.
yeah,
No,
I've
we
had
use
sweet
sugar
popcorn, but yeah, just putting sugar on regular hot popcorn.
No, it's not like. It's like how do you say that? I think it's butter and sugar.
Butter and sugar.
Yeah,
So
it's
like
actually-
caramel?
What?
No, it's not caramel. It's not like
Just butter? But,
I don't know how they do it, but it's
what the
really
fuck is
fucking
wrong
good.
with you?
Come to
What are you-
Switzerland.
Why
I'll
are you
show
ruining popcorn?
Come to Switzerland. I'll show you.
Yeah, you have to go all the way to Switzerland so you can experience.
Yeah,
Wait,
next-
wait, wait,
Back to
wait.
background
You
check.
guys-
You just got
you
fired
guys-
again, Nick.
No, guys, you just think we put cane sugar on popcorn. That's not the case. Wait a second. Wait. I need to look this up. Okay, give me a minute to research.
If we had a experiencing technical difficulty screen, now is when it would go up.
Yeah, I think PMP FX has the right idea. You just you have popcorn on the side and then like a line of sugar, and you just sniff the sugar and eat the popcorn. Like that's what makes sense here.
Nah, that's what we do with Coke.
Yeah,
No.
no, we're not encouraging any sort of illegal drug use on this stream. Keep everything you do legal to your local jurisdiction.
Unless you're in Oregon, everything's legal.
Well, like I said, keep it legal to your local jurisdiction.
They
I need to-
decriminalize everything.
I need to find out how they're doing it. 1 second. I'll find out.
Thankfully, where I'm at, most of it is legal. Not all of it, but most of it.
I'll find
Yeah,
out.
are you talking about like powdered sugar? That's what I was
Nah.
thinking. It's
Wait,
straight sugar.
Give me a second, okay?
Yeah, no. How have we not resolved this by now? This is.
You're
Well,
trying really
you know
hard.
what? You know what? I just looked it up. It's actually just sugar. It is literally just sugar. I don't know. Good. Okay, so the
All right, the
ingredients are so corn, oil, and sugar. That's it.
Yeah, no. Nope.
Dude,
Nope.
fucking sick.
No.
trust me. Trust me. It's really good.
We need someone to vouch for you here, and no one has been so far. So, any Swiss folks really believe in this? Or non-Swiss folks, please respond.
Yeah,
in
see,
the chat.
there's SHK. He's Swiss. He says taste is great. My man.
You're one fan. You're one true voucher there.
Yeah, Joker
Yeah,
as well.
bro.
Joker as well. Oh,
I mean, if
man.
you can figure out, tell me exactly how to make it, and I will try it.
I don't. Am I a fucking popcorn chef? Come on.
It's a bag in the microwave, bro. It's not that complicated. I just need to know what
dude,
shit to put on top of it.
Okay,
Well,
wait.
Oil and sugar.
Wait.
Oil and sugar.
Hold on.
What kind of oil? What kind of sugar? There's multiple kinds of both.
I don't know.
Do you,
sugar
Nick?
is
Do you make
sugar.
your popcorn like in the pot with actual kernels?
No, I don't make them myself. I buy them.
Do you grow the corn?
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah. Do not. I see how I make my popcorn is just straight like fresh corn kernels, and then put it in a pot full of oil, and it's the classic way.
And then
That's
put
how
some
you-
sugar
that's
on
how
it?
you make- You lost me there. You lost me on the sugar. You lost me.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Popcorn is
I
better.
do admit, fresh popcorn always tastes better than the bag stuff. But who has that kind of time? Plus, it splatters oil all over the kitchen.
Well,
It is a
that's
nightmare.
why-
in the pot.
That's why
It is.
you go to the cinema and you buy them. Easy.
Wow, I
Uh-oh.
didn't think it would take us about 10 minutes to talk about popcorn on the stream, but here we are.
Uh-oh, we got the first Photoshop in Discord.
Oh no.
Okay,
It
here
started.
we go.
Oh no.
It started. Yeah, there we go. People are now, People are now agreeing with me. Dasha, have you ever had sweet and salty popcorn by Boom Chicka Pop? I have not, but it sounds good.
Actually, that stuff is good. That stuff is good.
Oh, good kettle corn is good as well. Like there can be like certain types of, or what's the place in the background, Nick? The place in Chicago. Shit, why am I not remembering? Because we always buy some. My mom loved it. Yeah, which one? Garrett's. Yeah, Garrett's. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, Panda Express popcorn. That's it. Bodie's got it.
Oh god.
Yeah, Bluesy, that shit is fire. The Lederach popcorn, that's the best. That is the best. But the chocolate one though, chocolate popcorn.
See that? I've seen that. Chocolate popcorn I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about sugar popcorn though. Sugar popcorn is a stretch.
You're missing out, guys. I'll bring you some next time we meet.
All right. Well, going back to the charts here, still rejecting this opening range high. I don't think those longs look very good, Nick, anymore. ES still flirting with this 427 area. I think this might be the push down. I think. Again, it's still rejecting opening range high. I expect a push down to this 424 now. 424 has a lot of buyers sitting there. So this would have been where my target would have been on this play. However, we did not get that. And still could make a higher low. So let's see. Lots of buyers sitting there though.
Hey, background Nick, how far away are we from 18,300 subscribers? Because we're gonna do some more 150k Lightning funded account giveaways if we get to 18,300 subscribers today. $135. All right, 135 more subs, and we're gonna do 150k Lightning funded account giveaways.
NASDAQ also trying to test this trend line again, or previous day high. Let's see if we get it. I think if we get this pushed down, I will be looking at a potential opening range. I want to see the opening range break on the lows here. I think if we do get this push below 23,476, then I think we do get a nice potential bounce into the 64s. Unless we get some volume, then I'll be looking for this gap fill.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I was also looking at SPX here, because SPX still has not completed finishing its gap, and it's actually that gap fill would have to be breaking this 392 area, which would, ES would have to break 424. And I think if we do fill this gap, I think ES gets down to this 421, which that's where I would be expecting a bounce, because if we do get the gap fill, unless we get continuation, then I think we could find a reaction right where SPX fills its gap, which again would be at that 421 zone on ES.
These markets getting more boring. I got to go get a pet.
I always wanted to get another cat. The only thing with getting a cat, like for me, I grew up with my cat for like 20 years. Mm-hmm. He lived a long, happy life. But yeah. I think it's also, if I was going to adopt another cat, I'd get a senior cat. They have their personalities in. They, it's sad to kind of see them like, live their days out in a shelter. So I don't
What?
know. I thought about
But
it.
how cute are kittens,
I know they are super cute.
right?
They are
So
super cute.
you get to experience that too if you get a new cat.
But that's also another like potential 20 years with that cat. And I don't know if I
True.
could do it.
You're not ready for that level of commitment, huh?
Yeah, I don't think so. Mama likes to travel.
That's news to your husband, apparently. But
He knows. Oh,
It's
man.
so funny. Like my cats, we just recently discovered one of my cats is a dog. It's so
Oh.
funny. Like every single morning, like when we open the door to the bedroom, they come in and they like one of them lays on my belly basically, and then
Oh.
I do sleep with how do you say, like a plaster that helps you breathe right on the nose. So I take this off in the morning and then I throw it on the ground. My cat jumps off the bed, grabs it, comes back, brings it, like pretty much lays it on the bed. I have to take it, throw it down. He goes, grabs it, comes back like a dog. So fucking funny.
Wow.
So these are the funny things about discovering the characters of your cats if you get them as babies.
Yeah. I always wanted one that I could travel with, but I didn't get so
I mean,
lucky with that.
You can get somebody to look after them when you're traveling. That's not an issue.
Well, kind of. Kind of
Why?
is, but
Why?
ooh, I'm curious to see if we get this flush through 6424. If anyone's in a short, I would start trailing your stop because this is not where we want to see a bounce. This is not where, and I think there's a lot of buyers sitting at that 624 area. You can see here on book maps. Very strong level of buyers. Let me squeeze in here so you guys can see that 624 area. You guys can see, but I also see that if we do potentially get this flush, we could see 420. I don't know why my book maps is delayed here. Trying to adjust it so you guys can see.
I mean, NQ is now in the middle of the range. It gets worse.
Yeah, thick wall here. And I would expect if we do get the flush, we do move to the 420s, potentially even like, man, even 415 doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, we do have a nice volume here on this 415. So, but right now we are holding, like I said, trail your stops because this could be another potential bounce here. Yuck. Absolutely disgusting here. Features.
I mean, what are the others doing? Gold, just trying to make the lows here. Oil is rejecting as well. Yeah, and then S&P and NQ let's not even talk about it. This is bad.
Yeah, I think the next line in the sand for bears is going to be 429.25 on ES. If I was still in this trade, that's where I would trail my stop to. But yeah, I would be looking for this potential flush below 425. I think though, if we do get the move below 425, it'll be a quick one. So I would definitely set your take profits. Because if we fill those orders, we might get like a nice tractional move and then get the bounce from there. So far, slow morning, slow day. So
Very
far.
slow. Like we're sitting within a 65 point range on NQ since the New York Open. 65 points in total.
Well, that's why it's so important to zoom out too, because I talk about these ranges a lot, right? Like you're talking about really holding previous, which is Friday. We're talking about Friday's highs and Friday's. I mean, we haven't even cracked we haven't even like held below Friday's highs, right? We're really just holding Friday's highs. So this from a longer time period, from a bigger time frame, is still bullish, right?
Yeah.
So until we can crack these lows, until we can get down and actually fill this gap and then see a potential reaction from here, like this is still, we're still in bull territory, guys. So sometimes you really just got to zoom out and see what we're doing. This is the 1 hour here of NASDAQ. You guys can see this blue area is the gap fill. And I'm actually going to move this down even further because this is really the area that we need to completely fill here now. So like I said, ES definitely the weaker one, but even ES, if I zoom out to the 1 hour here, you guys can see we're still holding this swing high as well. Swing high is at 421. So that's why I'm saying, like, if we can come down here, test this swing high and have a nice reaction, a bounce here. We're starting to fill those orders, by the way, on book maps. Trying to get the flush here on ES, but I would expect us to hold this 421 and then make the move back up. Again, still in bull territory here until we can prove otherwise.
Yeah, NQ still in the middle of the range. So not.
It's all a patience game. We did attempt to fill those orders. We're still kind of hovering above that 425 on book maps here, but not getting the juice. Not getting the juice. Buyers really keep stepping in.
Matt, anything you're seeing, or you're just hanging around?
Nope. Just sat back down, so reorienting. But yeah, again, still a good amount of orders up there between 45 and 50. As far as liquidity on the board, that's about it. But again, this is we can't maintain momentum.
Nope.
Yeah.
TD Garage says, I'm here just listening to TTV, not really interested in any position at the moment. That's the spirit, man. That's good. Yeah, ICT Hive 2022. It could be that that PM session will be juicy. Could be. Let's see. For now, it's a waiting game.
Yikes.
What are you yikesing at?
I'm thinking about options traders right now, just getting completely destroyed on these moves.
Yep. That's
These are the worst days for playing options because your contract's just getting absolutely destroyed. Especially if you're playing 0 DTE, which is what I used to always play. Days like this are just absolutely brutal. Yeah, David. It depends what kind of options you're playing. I'm talking more like buying calls and puts, but oh man. Don't diddle in the middle, y'all.
What?
Can I just make a song out of that? Diddling in the middle will get you in trouble.
that a
Don't give me
trader
that
song,
look.
trader song in LA.
Nope, not going anywhere with that one.
No, that's more like a Nashville type setup.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
NQ, why are you doing this to us?
I'm telling you, we can start a band.
Fickle bitch.
Okay, that escalated quickly.
Leia, yeah. Leia sneaking in a birdcage reference. Love that. Love that.
Hey, Drew, we should
Top
start
5
playing.
movie all time.
Drew, we should start playing GeoGuessr now.
I don't trade platinum, David B, but I've been considering it. I have been considering it, especially with some of these trend lines that have nice moves. I don't like that wick. That is a nasty wick on the 4-hour.
Drew, can we actually? We should do a 2v2. 2v2 GeoGuessr.
Platinum does look good for a potential short if we can break this trend line to the downside, though. If anyone trades platinum, this downside, if we get a 4-hour close below this previous Friday's low, then I think it looks really good for a move to the downside. If anyone does trade platinum, probably target like 389. That would be more a swing play for me. I would not probably look to trade that on the intraday. All right. Here's another lame attempt for NQ to try to bounce.
Yeah, you can't even count that as an attempt. That's just... It's lamer than
The only
lame.
reason I'm even saying that is this 87 area has just been pretty key. You guys can see right here. Nice support. Man, ES really, really struggling.
All right, while we're waiting, chat, everyone put your favorite song in the chat.
Favorite song.
Favorite song. You got to pick one. I know a lot of us have many, but you got to pick one.
Oh, that's hard.
Favorite song? Ooh.
Song, yeah.
Well, I think that's always...
Doesn't have to be current. Any song. Any song.
Backstreet's back. All right.
All right. That's great.
I'm only saying that because I just got back from a Backstreet Boys concert a couple weeks ago. So
Power of Love's good one. Huey Lewis. That's
pretty much pick like any Sade song. Smooth operator.
Well, Terrence, I said what I said.
Ooh, Try Again by Aaliyah. That's a good one. Killing Me Softly. Also a good one. TD Garage. Madonna. All right. I like it. Pour some sugar on it. That one's for you, Nick.
Yeah. Love it.
Just if I had to pick one song, it would be "Here I Am Alive" by Yellow Card. Fantastic song if you've never heard it.
You've mentioned how you like that band.
I've always thought, yeah, I was probably right in the middle, maybe slightly on the older age of their fans. I think their fans are kind of in the 35 to 50 range now. But yeah, it's I saw their 20-year tour that they were breaking up after amicably, thankfully, because then a few years later they of course got back together. But yeah, so now they're touring. They've been touring overseas for a little while. I hope they get back over here. In fact, I have somewhere it did get damaged in the flood, but I'm gonna get it reframed and hopefully I can salvage it. I got a lyric sheet from that song written out by the lead singer and signed and dated and all that. It was,
oh wow!
Right, yeah, it was really cool. Can I sing it? Yes. Will I? I will not.
Well, not on stream.
No, not on stream.
Now you have to. People are saying sing.
Well, they can wish and want. Never mind.
We should just start scalping this 10-point range here. Remind me again, Matt. How many cats do you have?
We currently have 4.
4 cats and a dog.
And a dog, yes.
Okay.
So yes, a lot of fucking hair in our house.
Yeah, same here, and we only have 2. So I can't imagine how I must be with fucking 4 cats and a dog. Hey, that's wait a second. Never mind. I thought the 11:07 candle is coming up, but that already happened 4 minutes ago, and
It was completely
a
unremarkable.
whole bunch of nothing. Yeah, guys. I mean, we all agree some big move is coming, but just not now.
Well, again, I'm not saying this to be funny or sarcastic, but I mean, the one constant in the market is price action expansion always leads to contraction. Price action contraction always leads to expansion. That is a guaranteed rule of the market. It's just not always on the time frame that we want. Price action, either phase of that can last minutes, hours, or days. So we're in a period of kind of vol contraction right now. That's going to expand at some point. Maybe it's 2 minutes from now. Maybe it's next Thursday, right? We just don't know.
Yeah, I am starting to like it for a short though. Not gonna lie.
I'm just catching up on these songs here. We got some good musical taste overall in this stream.
If we make a lower low here at the 80s, I would like this for a short, but then there's a low at the 70s. Well.
We have a wide variety of music fans in here, although we favor the rock. I can appreciate that.
I mean, a marble race, FX entropy, and marble race could definitely fix the price action and give us the flush.
Went to see Stevie Wonder. Futures Trader says went to see Stevie Wonder a couple weeks ago. Did you wave? Nick didn't get that one.
Wait, I didn't listen. What did he say?
He said he went to see Stevie Wonder a couple weeks ago. I said, did you wave to him?
And no, I didn't get that.
Stevie Wonder's blind.
Well,
George W. Bush waved to him in a parade many years ago.
Okay. I would not have gotten that even if I would have listened. Guys, chill with the Photoshop.
Oh, are they at it again?
Yeah. Oh, hilarious. Gotta put that sugar on the popcorn. That's right. There it is on screen.
At least they're making you look pretty suave today, Nick.
Yeah, right? Way better than Nick Simmons, I must say. Oh, man. I am like if we break the lows here at the 80s, I would like take a short. However, probably a quick break-even move with the 70s if they don't flush straight away. That's the Amish, Nick. Nice. Love it. All right, so question right now. Is anybody in a trade? And if so, short or long? If anybody's in a trade right now, best of luck. Welcome back, Miriam. What's up?
Oh, hey guys. So we've seen that we've done nothing, but maybe now that I'm back, the bears will finally wake the fuck up.
Yeah, I am looking to take a short, not gonna lie.
This looks good. I mean, ES trying to clear those buyers at 424. I think if we get this move, we'll get a nice flush, but they are doing everything they can to hold this level.
Yeah, but stop would need to be above the 500s.
There we go, trying to get the sellers. Sellers are coming in here on ES. They need to flush this. They are really holding on to it.
All-time lows. Let's get the all-time lows.
All-time lows.
All right, I am.
There it is.
I'm in a short now. I did enter that short.
All
Just
right,
one
let's
minute
see if we
now.
get the move down now. Looking at 421 here on ES to hold.
Looking for like 440s even. Well, no, probably 450s for the gap fill. I did have a limit order at the 80s, so that got filled with the flush. Yep, there we go.
Nice.
Break even.
Oh, wow.
There you go. There's that push.
Woo!
Well timed, sir. Well timed.
Clean.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, these are coming in hot. Wow. Finally. See, I told you guys though, if we get this clean break below 424 on ES, we will get a tractional move, and that's literally what happened. So I think, you know, now it's going to be this gap fill on NQ. If we can get the gap fill, I think we get a potential bounce, unless we just get more momentum going to the downside.
Yeah, I closed it at 20 points.
Clean. I think it still has room.
Yeah, it definitely still has room, but I mean, 20 points after such a long time of not doing anything is a great trade for me. And we do have, like, I did have my target at 50, but did not get filled on the first kind of like push, so I'm good with that.
We'll be potentially looking for a long here. Just want to see price action develop. I think if ES starts to clear into the 15s, it might start getting very interesting. Call it like 1825, which is right where we kind of wick to right here, through 1515 or 15.5. Ooh, selling pressure coming in hot on NQ. Yikes.
Hey, back in the green now. Woohoo.
Why is everything so slow here? Oh my goodness. Trying along. I want to try to get along in here, but I don't think it's going to fill me. Everything's super slow on my end. I don't know why my thing just lagged like crazy.
Congrats, chat. Bunch of you took that short. Very
That was a clean
nice.
short. That was a really
Very
clean short. Oof. I am lagging like crazy right now. This is not good.
You run a speed test?
Uh-oh. I am lagging like nuts right now. This is nuts.
Run a speed test in the background. Make sure you're not getting...
Am I okay on your guys' end?
Can hear you just fine.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay, what is happening? Okay, well, I got executed on that long at 451 on NQ. I'm just not liking how much I'm lagging right now. This is not ideal. Background Nick, if you need to stop me out, stop me out on this trade because I am not able to get my stop in place here. All right, I'm moving my stop to break even here. Oh my God, why is it not moving? Chat, we might be in trouble here.
Well, so far it's looking good for you, Miriam, so don't worry.
I'm lagging like crazy.
Yeah, but you're up. You're up. All good.
All right, well, we'll just ride this up then. All right, I'm gonna try to take one off here. It's just, for whatever reason, lagging. What is going on? Okay, I set a limit at 66.25. Felt like that took forever just to get in my order. I'm in 2 minis here. All right, just got that fill. Let me see if this will work because this is not.
Well, you're good so far.
You guys can see my screen here?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay, so I do have that order. Let me move my position there. All right. Oh, man. I was honestly trying to get in way sooner. I ended up setting a limit, but I wanted to get in right at this 46. Unfortunately, didn't get that, but it's all good. All right, moving my stop to 57. Actually, yeah, 57. I like 57. God, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of stressful, guys, because lagging.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Everything was like literally lagging. I can't describe it any better. It's like when you got to fill on a trade, but you're like, I don't know where this trade is sitting right now. So that was kind of annoying. ES though, that hold at 416, 415 area was clean. I actually would have preferred that trade a little bit more over NQ, but NQ does look a little bit stronger right now. What I'm targeting on NQ is this 76 area. I want to see the push up above 76, and then I'll start trailing pretty tightly.
Nice. Good trade, Miriam.
Thank you. Yeah, I told you guys I want that gap fill so I can get the long. All right, we're getting a push a little bit above the 76. I want to see a sustained hold, but I did move my stop to 64. Actually, I'm going to keep it at where is this? Call it 59.75. See, this is what I mean by it's like not moving. It's weird. They're kind of fighting at the 70. This is the same area that we've been talking about.
Miriam, I am checking for you on down detector. Spectrum is having issues in the greater Los Angeles area.
Love it. Love it.
There we
Absolutely
go.
That for us.
What a shock. I'm
God.
stunned, I tell you. In fact, it
That
says
is-
just in the last 30 minutes, they've had a surge of reports. So
Oh, beautiful. Love that.
you want to say your goodbyes now, just in case?
Yeah, I was gonna say, should I just
Tell everyone hug a
end it?
stranger, and just in case, you know.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Might as well just leave it at that. But we did make back our losses from earlier, so that's always good. That's always a fulfilling thing to be in. I want to see this push above 75 though. I want to see us really get back above here, because then I think we have room. I think we're just consolidating right now. And then if we get the push above, I think 500's on deck.
What does Spectrum have to do with California being a well-run or not well-run state? They're a private company.
All right, so did we get any songs on the books here?
We had a lot actually. If you scroll up in the chat, there was plenty of ideas and suggestions and all that good stuff.
Okay, I like it. Man. Yeah, if you guys are in longs on ES, just start being cautious about this this opening range low on ES sitting at 424. Same area that we just wanted to break earlier. Now we need to get above it. Like I said, I'm trailing my stop pretty tightly here on NASDAQ. Now starting to get the push above 80. All right, we're starting to get the move here. I'm going to move to a little bit above. I'm going to move to the bottom of this consolidation zone. Okay, we're at 68 now. I want to see the push to 500. I'm going to start trailing pretty tightly here.
There is 1,000 orders on the contracts on the book at 455. Do you see that? That just
sure
popped
do.
up on that break. That is a
Sure do.
big order.
Yeah, maybe another spoof.
Yeah,
Very well could be.
Maybe another bait and switch.
It is listen, you've watched the book map as long as I have. You know, and it's right below the big green bubble. So we cleared the liquidity between 75 and 80, and that order dropped in. Now, to be fair, that could be somebody who took a big short at that point. So
Absolutely.
I mean, so it could just be where they want to cover. But yeah, just be.
Yeah, I'm trailing tight here, guys. I'm at 76 stops, so this will put us at about 25 points move up so far. I want to see the push to 500, though. I do want to see the push to 500.
I mean, you got like 25 points already locked in, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Very good.
They could sweep me, to be honest. I don't have my stop set at a very favorable place, but I'm okay taking that potential loss here. Or not it's not a loss, but
Definitely not a loss.
It's not a loss. It's just more like it's sitting right where the EMA is. So they could just bounce it there and then completely reverse it, which is fine. It's fine. I'd rather just honestly be out of this trade with a 25-point gain than try to work with these networking issues right now. It's not the cleanest. Very laggy. Yeah, right now we are rejecting the 9 on trade. Oh my God, I can't even talk, you guys. On TradingView, which is sitting at 85. So if we can get the clear above 85 and then the clear above 87, which we're trying to get right here, I think we get a nice move to at least the 97s. All right, we got that clear. I'm going to move my stop again. This is how I manage my trades on a day-to-day, guys. Moving it to 81. We are above the opening range low here on ES as well. So I think this is actually probably the most A+ setup of the day, to be fair. We got the gap fill. We got the nice bounce on NQ. You guys can see here on TradingView. Very, very clean gap play. And then this was the 450 area I was looking for us to bounce at. I did want my entry closer to the 40s, you know, actually more so down here. We did get a nice move up, but now I'm just looking to trail my stop. I might even trail it a little bit tighter, and I know I'd probably get stopped out, but 500 is on deck here. ES needs to get back above this 428. I think if we clear 428, and I did just get stopped out on that trade I got stopped out at 81.75.
And right when that little surge down happens, they pulled the big order.
Yep.
A classic.
So about $600 on that one mini. Not bad.
Nice. Well done.
All right, we're back in the green, y'all. Back in the green. It was down, I think, 5 something, almost 600. Now we're up 430. Whew, all right. Well, we'll see now if we can clear 87. We got a nice little rejection candle there. ES really hovering at its opening range low. We're trying to hold it right now. I think we do get the move up. The only thing is the volume kind of dropped a little bit on that candle. So we need to see more volume come in, and we need to see a push above 500 here on NASDAQ. But I think the line in the sand for us is going to be previous day high sitting at 76 here on NASDAQ. So if you guys are still in this long or in a long, then I would just be cautious of those areas.
That was a banger trade, though.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm starting to like these reversals. It's funny because like when, you know, we talk about how you have to be a little bit agile in this market and kind of read like what the market's showing you. I never used to be a reversal trader ever. I would always look for like strictly momentum trades. I would have taken this trade with you guys, with you and Nick at the break of 424 on ES, but I was more so looking for this bounce. And I think those are kind of the trades that I look forward to now and try to wait for. But I just feel like, yeah,
you're starting to trade like Brett.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. These reversal trades are bangers. They're bangers, especially from when we get a move to the downside. You know, because you can catch both. You can catch the move to the downside and then you can catch the reversal up. I typically don't trade those sort of like, you know, contrast moves, but I think if you get a nice push to the downside, I think one of the things that I didn't like so much about this downside move was the risk to reward. You know, we got such a nice flush. Of course, it was such a clean trade, but, you know, looking back at it, I was already in the short on ES at the 31s. Didn't like that we were bouncing and making higher lows, which I said to you guys, I was like, if we get this move and I'm wrong on this move, but I'm out of the trade, I'd rather that than sit in this trade and just be like wondering and upset about, the potential for us to make the move back up. So, for me, I'm happy that I waited for that and just waited for the reversal trade. But sometimes, again, like if you're not comfortable with it, you just gotta get yourself out of it. And I'm okay with that. That's something I'm okay with. So, like I said, if you're green on the day, take your win. Take your win. It's Monday. It's a tough day to trade. Let's see if we can clear this 500, though. I think this could look really good. If we clear 500, I will say we do have room to that at least opening range high, which is sitting at 505. It's not too far, but I think honestly, I don't see any sellers. I don't see any sellers until this 550 here on NQ. You guys can see this on book maps here if you're looking at my charts, but you can see we have this 500 level. There are some sellers sitting there, and then we have 550. Not to say that sellers couldn't pop up anywhere in between that, of course, but yeah, to your point, Nick, we do have VWAP also sitting, but right now we're kind of having a hard time pushing above this 500. So that's going to be a key area for us to watch, because we could just do another thing where we get a push into that, maybe a liquidity sweep and then a reversal.
Well, I mean, while we wait for that, I think we should do another marble race.
Yes, I think we should too.
Let's do it.
So we're sitting at 787 likes. Let's get this to, let's make it easy. 817. Okay, 817, and we're gonna do a marble race for a 150K Lightning funded account. Currently, the biggest account you can get Lightning funded, meaning basically you don't have to go through the eval phase. You start racking up profits right away. 150K Lightning funded account. So smash that like button really quick if you haven't already. And we're gonna do another marble race once we hit 800 and what did I say? 18? I forgot already. Guys, did you pay attention? Did I say 818?
And no one knows what number you choose every single day.
Well, I don't even know myself. 17. Okay, 817.
Please check the background chat.
Yo.
We got to post this at the same time we post the keyword.
Yeah.
So,
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait, why are we typing 87? Did you tell him to type 817 in the chat?
No, they just corrected me on what the goal was. The goal was 817.
Oh, got it. Okay, well now they think it's a keyword, so.
Well, let them think.
Guys, the keyword is not 817. That's just how many likes we have to get in order to do the next giveaway. So please stop typing 817.
Love it. I love it, love it, love it. All right, we got the keyword now. So here's the deal, guys. You have to like the stream. You have to be subscribed to the channel. And once I drop the keyword, please only type it once, because if you do type it more than once, you are going to get disqualified by our bot here in the background, and we don't want that for you. Now, the keyword is not 817. The keyword is sugar popcorn. One word. Good luck, everybody. Whoever made that is a legend.
Oh, lovely.
It looks like there was a little AI assist there.
Yeah, but it's actually really good.
So is this your
That's so
retirement
good.
job, Nick? You're going to be growing corn?
Well, it looks like it, I guess.
You look good as an old farmer there, Nick.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's a big piece of corn there you got.
Yeah, actually, good point, background Nick. Why do I only have 3 fingers on my left hand?
There was a very unfortunate shucking accident.
Oh no! Imagine that happens for real. And when I'm 70, I'm gonna call you guys. I'm like, guys, I lost my 2 fingers. He was right.
Very prophetic, yeah.
Gosh,
Oh, man.
y'all are funny.
Do we have like
Man,
a
we are
popcorn marble track?
Ooh,
There
that
should
would
be
just
one.
the cherry on top, or I guess the butter on top, but
Nah, the sugar on top.
there you go. Oh man.
Yeah, Bogey,
Tanner.
you got it. Bogey, you got it. Nasdaq is trying to further push up here.
Yeah, ES holding its opening range low as well.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the
ES
opening
actually
range on Nasdaq.
Yeah, ES was a nice trade, a very nice trade. If you guys caught that long at that 4, I know it didn't reach 415, but that was the area I was mentioning. If we cracked 420, then we were heading towards that, and that was such a nice play. Man, technical issues just really suck, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I told you. Go ahead, finish it.
We're just struggling at this 87 area on NQ for us to clear, but I think once we get the clear, we'll shoot to 500.
I told you I trust Spectrum so well that I got a backup. So I've got the little T-Mobile home internet. So, and it's got decent speeds, so it works. But I call it my $50 a month insurance policy. So I know some people were bringing up Starlink, and I guess that's an option depending on where you are. I looked into that. I thought it was kind of expensive for the speed they're providing. But the couple times I've tested it, it's like 400 or 500 down, 50, 60 up for the T-Mobile home internet, which is, I mean, you can trade on that. I wouldn't try very often. I mean, you're still trading basically through mobile data, but you know, yeah, for maybe scalping might be a little difficult, like micro scalping, but for regular trading, and if you're not running a ton of platforms, that's all you need to get started.
Does it connect automatically if your Spectrum goes down?
No, I got to click over to it, but it's, I mean, because my computer's, it's running through a router, but it's hardwired to that router. I have a little mesh system in here because the main thing's upstairs. But no, I mean, I'd have to but it takes, I mean, if it went out now, I'd be back in 5 seconds.
Nice.
All right, Drew.
David, I am not Jewish.
What possible difference would that make?
I don't know.
It's a weird question.
Drew, whenever you're ready, feel free to pull up the marble race. Guys, we're gonna race for a 150k Lightning funded account. So the winner gets that. Drew, whenever you're ready, drop him. Are we ready to short it?
Future Scott, be careful with VPSs trading through the firms. Some don't allow VPSs or VPNs. Make sure you read up on the terms. I don't know what Tradeify's policy is off the top of my head, but make sure, I mean, in theory, what you're saying is a great idea, but just be careful.
Anybody still typing sugar popcorn, you can stop. You will not get it anymore.
Yeah, make sure you're live, guys. Make sure you're live.
This looks like we're in Candyland right now.
It does. I like it. Sugar popcorn land, that is.
Or maybe like, I don't know, a cheetah's anus this time. I have no idea.
A cheetah? All right.
Miriam, come on.
I'm just saying.
Aren't you a married woman?
Oh, look, we are in Candyland. Look at that.
Uh-huh. Uh-oh. 2 ways
Yeah,
to
David.
take.
Miriam is a biblical name. It's actually, I think it's like in every single major religion.
Oh shit, look, the candy spiral.
Yeah. Not the candy spiral.
Not the candy spiral.
It really looks like we're going through some kidneys or something.
It does, yeah.
The candy spiral sounds like a form of like G-rated torture they'd put in a cartoon, like a Care Bears cartoon or something. So, you can't, give the kids nightmares or anything. So you put them in the candy spiral. That's
Yeah.
All right, I think we're close to getting a winner here. We
is that the
just
end of it?
got our winner. Winner chicken dinner. That 150k Lightning funded account goes to, hey, wait, why is that not live here? On my other screen. There we go. DM. Congrats, DM. Type something in the chat really quick so we see you're there. Just won a 150k Lightning funded account.
Oh, that's awesome. Apparently the name of that course was popcorn, but there's no popcorn. So
Hey,
all right.
DM,
Well,
DM, I see you there in the chat. Congrats. Make sure to add your email address to your YouTube channel description so we can reach out to you and send you your code for the free account.
congrats.
Good.
What did we say that if we hit 18.3K subscribers, then
Yeah,
we'll
we're gonna do
some-
more. We're gonna do more 150K Lightning funded account giveaways if we hit 18.3. We're still at 18.1 something though. So if you guys want more 150K Lightning funded account giveaways, then better share the stream right now and get some of your friends to subscribe, so we can do more giveaways.
Mhm. Man, they are fighting at this level here on NQ. Let's see if we get the push up. 500 is going to need to really clear, and we're getting some buying pressure coming in. Just no follow through. This might be another grind up, guys.
Background Nick just posted, we need 127 more subs. And then we will do more 150K Lightning funded accounts. So subscribe if you haven't already, and share the stream with your friends if you haven't already.
Yeah, opening range is still holding.
It is.
Definitely on ES. That's the thing I like about ES. Like you get a good entry and you really don't need a big stop. I mean, I think a 10-point move on ES is a really good target. And then, you know, if you're risking like 2-3 points on that, that's a pretty solid trade. But still struggling here. Still struggling. I think as long as we hold this opening range low on ES, we're still good. And NASDAQ holding the previous day, Friday's high. I think we're still also good. I think every small dip will just get bought up here, seemingly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, opening range high is right now pretty much exactly matching VWAP, so this could be definitely a strong level of resistance on NASDAQ.
Yeah, I think that would be a good target as well. 503, call it. It's about 10 points.
Kind of need a little bit of a pushback towards VWAP and above if we want to kind of break a little bit of this lower highs on the 5-minute.
Yeah.
Damn, shout out to Background Nick. He already sent out all the giveaway codes from today.
Nice.
Let's put a W,
Wow.
W Nick in the chat. Well, W
Nice.
little DGen.
Job, little Nikki.
Yeah, Joker, he didn't send out your code because he didn't win one.
Getting some buying coming in here. Let's see if they can clear 500. Are you looking at anything, Nick? Any bull flags setting up on the 1 minute?
Nah, I mean, if there would be one, yes, but right now I'm just chilling. I'm pretty happy with that trade I got before. That was nice. If I would rather on NQ right now, I would rather look for short setups, actually, like a rejection of VWAP and then lower. So I'm just chilling right now, just observing, waiting, being patient.
All right.
It's a good question there, Alex Hidalgo. I would, again, we'd need to kind of pry and go back and forth and get a little more info. So I would recommend you come by tomorrow's stream when Coach Tank is here and ask a similar question. And I wouldn't worry about the numbers so much, but just something like, hey, you know, I do really well over the course of a week and a half, give it all back in a day or two. That's, you know, again, without knowing more about your specific situation, we can't really dive too much into it. And I don't want to go back and forth with you on stream. That's not really fair to the other hundreds of people that are here. But please bring that a more generalized version of that question to Tank tomorrow. I promise you he'll have some insights on that. In fact, he's talked about that in the past. I don't know specifically what video to direct you to, but anything you can watch from Coach Tank, guys, is good stuff. But yeah, bring it back tomorrow. I appreciate the question, though. Also, as always, with anything along those lines, I recommend reading The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. Fantastic book.
Great book.
Got it.
I need to brush up on that.
Yeah, I think it should be read every year. I'm behind on reading it for this year, but yeah, I think that's something every trader should read every year. Just I mean, he has a tendency to ramble a bit. It's a 230 page book that really should be about 150 pages, but it's you know, I mean, just the foundation, just the preface and the open is really good. So
yeah,
I mean, it's as we've talked about on this show ad nauseum. It's talks about those things where it's like you come into the markets bringing, whether you realize it or not, your expectations and experiences from past work, past jobs, past careers, and none of it compares because of the risk reward of trading, right? I make on average more, you know, on a typical day than I did in my monthly paycheck before, right? When I was in the sort of the not so public sector, right? Like that's we're not used to that. We're used to a linear relationship between the time we spend working and the money we make, whether it's by hours, by salary, whatever. And trading could not be more different.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's so much different in so many ways too. Like, you know, it's funny too, because when we talk about regular jobs, right, you take being a teacher or let's just say being a teacher, right? You could have so much knowledge as a teacher, right? But you're just capped at a certain price, right? Or a certain salary, right? No matter if you are the best teacher in the world, like you're still your glass ceiling is there. And that's the thing with trading, is there is no glass ceiling. It really is like the potential for unlimited upside. And, you know, take that for how it plays out. But if you have the ability to really control your emotions and your discipline and your risk, like you really do have upside potential for that. And it's just taking it every single day, day by day, and understanding when there are tradable markets, understanding when it is right to show up to work. You know, when the market is aggressive, right? Like when the market has the volatility, you know, you can really make some really good trades and make some moves. And again, this is the sort of thing that I'm talking about too. Like for the past, it's been hard for me to at least like find really good trades, ones that I'm just like obsessed with, that I'm like, this I would take 1,000 times over, you know, all the time. And it's just been hard for me to get that conviction on some days. Today was one of those days where, you know, the setup that I just took, the last setup that I took was one of those trades that I was really, really looking for. And fortunately, it ended up working out. But, you know, in terms of trading, it's just so different. You can't just show up and expect to make money, right? You can't just show up and expect to make some bigger trades. Some days are going to be losses and you made a great trade, right? But you just have to take those and accept the loss. And that's where, you know, it gets tricky fighting with your own self, because it really is you against you every single day, making sure that you have the discipline to be like, all right, did I check these boxes? Did I stick to my plan? Did I manage my risk? Did I, you know, trade well? And if you can answer yes to all of those, then, you know, that's all you can really do, and just move on to the next day. Every day is a blank slate. But if you go in, you know, with these rose-colored glasses, thinking that every single day is going to be the same, you're going to get humbled really quick. And you guys can see there's some really, really good trades that end up just not working out. And that's just the name of the game, and you just got to brush it off and go in for the next day with a blank slate.
Well, so Schrodinger's stop loss up there, more practicum instead of all the mentality rambling. I'll take that as an honest comment, because you usually have good comments and stuff in here. But I take a little exception, not to your comment or your question, but I think I agree with you in theory, right? You got to have a system with an edge, but I can tell you personally that I've read some of this, at least the ones that are out there. Some are widely available, some are not. They have done studies on studies on studies. SMB in New York, I believe, was one of them. Did a huge study on, okay, we're just going to hand brand new traders a guaranteed winning system, right? A system that they, that their traders put together. It's literally, here's the pattern: buy here, sell here. And people without the mental, they couldn't do it. Okay, there are a wide variety of. I know everybody that I understand it's popular in here. Everybody that sells a course or sells a book or something. They're everyone wants to throw the S word at them that they're scamming. Oh, okay, I get that, right? And there's a lot out there, but there are, and this is not an exaggeration, hundreds of profitable systems out there that are available either for free or for fees, right? Like we brought T-Trades in here. T-Trades has a course, has an indicator. I can promise you, if you don't have the right mentality for that, you're not going to be successful, right? And this has been, you guys get what I'm saying. I won't ramble anymore, but you understand kind of what I'm getting at with this. You still have to have the right mindset, and that is way more difficult to get than a profitable system. And I will argue with anybody for hours on that, because that is, I have not been in this business nearly as long as some, but over 10 years I've learned that because every system's going to have losing trades, right? There's no 100% system. So how you handle those losses, why Best Loser Wins, fantastic trading book if you've never read it. So yeah, that is the way for us to most access, and in this format of a show, in this 4-hour format of a show, I know everyone wants to like just break down all your strategies, just give us a strategy. I get all that, but that's not like, this is a 4-hour live market program. It's not a webinar, right? So we're not taking 30, 45 minutes, 60 minutes to break a lot of that stuff down. But what we can is give you some of these trading psych nuggets and all of that, because those will fall. And guys, some of it you just need to hear again and again and again. If my stubborn ass can finally figure some of this stuff out after a couple of years and understanding my mental trading makeup and what I need to do and my strengths and weaknesses, then trust me, you guys can as well, because I am a stubborn son of a bitch. I promise you that.
He is.
I got references.
Yeah, I'm one of them. All right. Well, yeah, so far still this 500 is on deck, guys. So if you guys are in this long, like I said, this area right now is going to be key for basically stuck in this range now, 487, call it like 485, all the way up to this 500 area. And I think VWAP is going to be a nice point of testing that theory here to the upside. If we can clear this opening range, which like you said, Nick, is sitting right where, so VWAP is sitting there, the opening range is sitting there, 505, now you pretty much have this trend line as well. So I think if we get the nights clear above 505, we could come back and test this 520, and then 530 is simply on deck. If we get above 530, guys, there's really, in my opinion, no reason why we couldn't hit 560 today. So
yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that'll all happen or manifest itself in the next 30 minutes. Anything can happen though. So just keep your eyes peeled if you guys are in this long. ES trying to get above this opening, or I'm sorry, this gap fill low. So right now we need to get back above that and get up to this 31 area that we have been pretty much rejecting since the open. But again, opening range low at 624 is going to still hold as support here. We are getting some selling pressure coming in though. Let's see.
Matt, I think there's a really good question in the chat. So Boundless is asking, does being stubborn get in your way with trading?
It can, absolutely. But like I've said, guys, it's you have to be the right kind of stubborn, right? You have to have a level of stubbornness, because trading, your first year in trading, okay, will most likely, I don't speak in 100% generalities because I know there's always exceptions to every rule, but your first year of full-time day trading will most likely be the most frustrating thing you've ever embarked on, like in your entire life, at least from a professional job, career, income generating point of view. And especially if you're somebody, maybe you're a younger person who hasn't dealt with a lot of real stress or trauma, or a lot of family, whatever the case may be, right? it will most likely be amongst the top 2 or 3 most negative experiences you will have, right? Because what's your first year of trading? It's almost constant losses, constant feeling like you're about to figure it out and the market goes against you, constant people probably, well, and you know, we're an online world now. So if you post anything with any accountability, people are gonna troll. That is what it is, right? So maybe you have your friends and your family who don't really think it's a good idea to be spending money on this or don't think you can be successful. So near constant negativity. So you have to have a level of stubbornness to not quit that, right? So you have to be stubborn enough not to quit, but you can't be so stubborn as to not understand the time and what changes need to be made. The time to make changes and which changes need to be made. Because if you just, you learn the first system you learn, and we tell you not to strategy jump and how, spend some weeks, months learning a system, but every system, may not be for you. And so you have to have that level of stubbornness to say, I'm sticking with this, but I'm going to admit I've always said, guys, you blow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 evals when you first get started. Welcome to trading, right? Somebody tells, I just took my first eval, Matt. I blew it in a couple of days. All right, that sucks. I get it. Let's try to learn from that and let's move on. But once you get to 7, 8, 9, 10 evals blown in a month or something like that, you have to, you don't have either a winning system or B, the ability to trade it. One of those two things is off, maybe both. All right, so you've got to make some changes. So so it's a good question. But yes, you have to have the right type of stubbornness. But if you're too stubborn, that can affect you. And yes, it did early in my career. My first year was a mess, guys. It was an absolute mess.
My first 2.5 years was a mess.
Yeah.
Well, same.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that kind of goes with anything. I mean, like too much of something is never a good thing, right? You need to have confidence, for example, in trading, but you don't want to have overconfidence in trading. You don't want to have too little confidence in trading, right? If you don't have enough confidence, you're never going to execute on a trade. If you have overconfidence, you're going to get too greedy, right? So, it's just having that nice balance of every different type of characteristic you can think of that requires you to be someone who can just execute, manage their risk, and stick to their plan. Like all of those things have their own type of characteristics. So one of the things I struggled with was confidence. That's something that I had the right setup. I just couldn't trigger, my execution. And so I would miss out on these trades, which is why you guys probably see me now being very aggressive, because a lot of times I'll see a trade and I won't take it, and I'm like, oh, I wish I took that trade. But it's all calculated risk at that point. I'm not going to take a trade that's going to put me out like 60 points. So that's also something you got to find the balance in. That's something I struggled with.
Fair enough.
I am curious if chat and if everybody could respond on this, or maybe we could get a poll. Background, Nick. I'm curious how long people have traded. Maybe we can do like less than a year, 1 to 3 years, 3 to 5, etc. I'm curious on that.
Yeah, we have CC in the chat here. It said my first year trading was 2002. We got a true OG in here.
It is interesting. I came from like the option space where even now I've been trading for nearly 11 years now. I'm a noob. I'm a baby in the option space, right? And then come into the futures, specifically the futures prop firm. And I've been day trading futures about as long as you guys have, and we're like some of the more senior traders out there. So many people have gotten, especially since COVID. So many people got going in COVID in the years after that.
Yeah, I would say COVID was really the time where we saw a lot of traders stepping into the markets. Even if you look back at any sort of statistics on this, even specifically in options, like there were not a lot of 0 DTE traders up until that's something that was fairly new. And then that really started picking up, after COVID. But there are a lot of changes that have happened just in the last 5 years. I mean, even trading futures wasn't as accessible as it is now than it was 5-10 years ago. So, and apparently now they're trying to get rid of the pattern day trading rule or make it $2,000 minimum instead of $25,000. So a lot of changes have been happening in this space. So it's definitely becoming more accessible.
Yeah, also with prop firms, like
100%.
think about it. With Tradeify, you can get an account for so cheap and get access to so much money. Obviously, simulated money, right? Simulated capital, but you can start trading, can start learning to trade, and actually make money with such a low risk. That is insane. Like a couple of years ago, that was unimaginable. So things have definitely changed for the better.
Absolutely, yeah. It's wild. And the thing that I do love about trading, and it's funny because like my husband's really getting into it now. He has an engineering background, so it's
Oh, is
just
he
like
really?
right up his alley. Yeah, he's doing really great actually. I'm so proud of him. But he's for me at least, it's something that's interesting. Every single day is a new day, right? You're never gonna get the same 2 days in a row, or even really any day that's the same. The beauty behind that is like if you compare it to a job, every single day is different, right? You have a blank slate every single day, and you just, it's exciting in the sense where it really teaches you a lot about something that you probably didn't know for the day, right? You're constantly learning something, even if you don't think you are. Even for someone like me who's been trading for over 5 years, like I'm still learning the markets. Like I would say this is definitely one of the hardest markets that I've ever traded in. And yeah, I think it's one of the best markets to try to learn in. So, even for my husband right now, I'm like, if you get this down, you're gonna have smooth sailing once we get back on like a normal-ish cycle. Who God knows who that or when that will be, but I think this is just a really good time to learn how to trade and really be patient with your trades. But it's always a learning lesson, right? It's always a time to, I hear traders that have been trading for decades and they're like, I'm still learning something new about trades, right? So that's what I love about trading. It's never boring, but it's always challenging, and that's what I love. Engineers have a hard time trading. It's funny because I think as engineers, some of the best traders have an engineering background, and I think it's wanting to understand the why behind things, why things work. Maybe it's the simplicity aspect of it, yes, but I think as engineers, they like data.
I've worked with a number of engineers over the years, and there's not an in between with them. Either they pick it up pretty quickly and they end up pretty good at it, or they can't. They just. I worked with somebody for this was actually, it ended about 6 months before I started working here. I worked with somebody for almost an entire year, and she just couldn't get it right. And this was an engineer, such incredibly smart individual, like very smart, and just couldn't mentally get out of her own way. And it was very frustrating for her. It was pretty frustrating for me. But yeah, it was. I'll have to reach out and see how she's doing. But it's yeah.
Check in on your engineering friends, guys.
Yeah.
Miriam, now I have to know, like, what strategy is your husband trading?
That's a good one. I think he's still figuring it out. He's getting more into like the support resistance. He's trading more. He's trading ES and NASDAQ, but he's a supply demand trader for the most part. Okay. He's kind of testing out a few strategies so far, but he's made some good money so far. I'm like, damn, like you might need to be the one that runs the trading. You might be the new NQ baddie over here. NQ Slayer.
Right.
So.
I'm assuming he trades with a Tradeify account.
I was just about to say the same.
He hasn't started his live trading yet, so he's still on a demo.
Okay.
But he will be. He actually won. I think he won one of the giveaways.
Okay, well then there you go. It's how do you deal with it?
Rigged.
Yeah, well, he needs to set it up, but he hasn't set it up yet. So if he's in the chat right now, type in the chat what you're doing, honey, because we need to get you on this. We need to make you profitable. We need to make you a life.
Come on.
we all just call him honey now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I just want to tell him I got nothing but respect for him. He's a brave man for many reasons.
For many reasons, yeah. I'll own up to that. He knows what he got himself into.
Yeah.
Very patient, very patient. Let's just say that. man, we really are struggling to get above this 500 ES now trying to break below this opening range low. Line in the sand here, I think. Line in the sand. NASDAQ now at previous day high. The Friday's high here, flirting with that area. I think if we get the flush down here, there's no reason why we couldn't fill the rest of this wick down. I think we'll really start to get a little cautious and perk up if we break this 64 area on the NASDAQ. We're only 10 points away from here, so we could fill the rest of this wick down to 437.
And I'll say this, guys, real quickly. I tweeted something out the other day because I found it on I don't even remember where it was, but it's one of those things that's probably on a stupid quote thing like I got behind me here, but it says never chase someone else's idea of success, right? And honestly, this is one of the hardest times to learn how to trade, even as things are so accessible and with $100 will get you a eval account to trade, which in theory you could turn into a live account and make a ton of money out of it, right? So the barrier to entry is next to nothing because there's so much garbage out there, especially on social media, right? People posting their cars and their planes and all that. And hey, if it's all legit, good for them. Like I said, if somebody's a retail trader, I root for them. I do not care. We are all on the same team. Retail traders, I'm rooting for. But like, first of all, maybe even if all that's legit, you don't know what's behind it in terms of years spent and all that. Just do you worry about you, right? And don't chase somebody else's idea of trading success as well. So if you're somebody who's maybe a year or two in and somebody, you see people figuring it out right away and that gets you frustrated. First of all, very few people figure it out right away. I know there was somebody that got called out on I don't even remember what it was, some social platform a couple years ago for saying, oh, I jumped right in and got this. And then they, found an old Twitter account of theirs. They basically been struggling for 5 years, right? So just don't go down that rabbit hole. All right. Worry about just making $100 to $200 a day in your eval or even in a paper account and go from there. Just build and scale. Start 3 to 5 micros, find something where you can make a couple $100 a day on average. You're not going to do it every day, and then scale it. That's it. That's literally it. It's just a lot of difficult steps within there.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, Miriam said it took me a couple of years to be consistently profitable. Miriam said the same thing. Nick, I think you're in the same area as well. Yeah. Don't judge us by yourself by what we do. You may be able to do it in a year. It may take you 4, right? I want to phrase this the right way without getting in trouble. I really truly believe almost anybody can be successful in this, but they've got to possess the mental strength and this, again, right amount of stubbornness to get through however long their learning curve is. And again, I've worked with people, it took them 5 years to become even semi-consistently profitable. Some, nobody picks it up right away, but some people 6 to 8 months. So you're on your own journey. So just don't judge yourself by anybody else.
It really is just like sticking to a process for yourself. I mean, I know we've hammered this home so much, but like, when you have a process and an edge that you can just stick to with the understanding that it's not going to be 100%, like there are some days where it seems like an A+ setup and the market just doesn't give it to you, understanding that and knowing that, but still sticking to it. Like this goes for anything, guys. This goes for anything. Sticking to a process consistently over a long period of time without the expectation of when you'll get to that point, you will eventually become profitable. Like it's literally just fucking science. Like this goes for anything too, whether it is, training for a marathon, whether it is, trying to build muscle or get like a really great physique. Like I talk about this in one of my videos, but like if you stick to a certain diet, a certain training program for a long period of time without the, like the anticipation of like, all right, this is going to happen in 2 years or 1 year or 5 years, like you will get there eventually. It's just literally time and effort over time, right? And so it's just sticking to that process, understanding that there's going to be ebbs and flows in that, but you'll get there eventually. And I think that's where a lot of traders fail, because again, it's built this sort of environment where you can make thousands of dollars in such a small period of time, and people want to chase that instant gratification. And I get it, I've been there, but you have to know that this is a long game. This is something that you have to build over time. Making a couple $100s over a certain amount of days is going to get you to that point where you're making a couple $1,000s over a certain amount of days, and so on and so forth. One of the hardest things to do once you become profitable is being able to scale. And that's something that, I'm still to this day kind of struggling with. It took me a while to go from trading, five micros to now trading 5 minis. Like it takes time to build that. And so you don't want to scale too quickly, because then, you've over leveraged yourself and now you can blow an account. So it's really just, being mindful of that process over time, and just putting in the effort every single day, even if you don't want to show up, even if you don't want to be there, but putting in the time and the effort is really going to get you there eventually. It's literally science.
Very true. So true. Like consistency pays off so much in this.
Ooh, getting a nice push up here. Lots of buyers just stepped in. There's an order that you see that, Matt?
I see it. Yeah. Yep. Buyer step in, big order hits the board. Where have we seen that before?
Well, we do have a trend line on NQ that is still being respected right now.
Clean hold of that opening range low here on ES as well. And NASDAQ, look where we wicked right to. Friday's low. Same area. That would have been actually a clean long, but we were coming in kind of hot with those shorts, so didn't want to catch that. But yes, perfect hold.
For all the ICT traders, there was also a fair value gap right at that area, at the 475, 476.
Oh, okay. Where do you see that?
On my ICT chart.
I was going to say,
I actually did study T-Trade's model over the weekend, and it's very, very interesting. And I do have a chart. Cool. I do have a chart set up for like ICT trades, and just saw that there. So.
Wow, nice push here. Honestly, if 500 doesn't break here, bulls are now dead to me. They need a clear 500.
Pretty much everybody's dead to you after this trading day, huh?
There's nobody left alive
after today. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're going to be getting ready to close out here in a little bit. Before we do, let's go to the wrap up.
Imagine
I feel like I need to start like fist pumping into.
Yeah, imagine somebody's just casually listening to this in the background, and then suddenly transition comes, like, and they're like, "Whoa, shit, what's happening?"
The vibe of that little the audio overlay, that song there reminds me of the Roxbury guys from SNL. Like,
yeah. Great movie.
Yeah. Yeah, the one skit they did where Jim Carrey was in there too was hilarious. That was.
Oh, right. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. So for the wrap up here, I mean, if we go to my charts really quick, we do have the previous week high, 23,476 on NQ, as Miriam just pointed out. That thing is holding. Like, we obviously did get the flush down here for the gap fill. At 453, then we reversed it. Miriam took a nice long out of that, and since then we have been testing the opening range high, almost came back down to the previous week high. So I do expect that this actually moves higher or consolidates. I don't really think this is gonna move lower again. Could be wrong, but it looks very much like it wants to go higher. If we can break VWAP here and get a 5-minute candle close over VWAP, definitely weekly open is in play, and maybe even go above the New York session high here at 530. But let's see what happens. Definitely previous week high is the strong level of today, and I would not look for a break of that, to be honest. How are you guys seeing it?
Yeah, I mean, same sort of thing. I have that same trend line sitting on my charts as well. I mean, really, it's kind of been a nasty day, not gonna lie. I mean, I don't really expect anything other than that on a Monday, but this 500 now we are trying to clear. We did get the nice push up, but we don't have a lot going on bookmaps. I'll show you guys what my bookmaps looks like. Interesting area that we have here where buyers really, you can see this thick line of orders sitting at the 480s. And again, that's that same area where Friday's high is sitting at. So could expect some sort of reaction here. Again, when we talk about bookmaps, guys, these are really just levels that, oh, I don't know if is my screen showing?
Not yet, still on mine.
Okay, there it is. So you guys can see here at this 480, 475 level, you can see a lot of orders sitting there. So potential magnet that we can continue to come down to, but 500 is really going to be the key area. Like I said, I don't see anything else here on bookmaps that's really. This is actually a really clean chart of bookmaps, you guys can see, but usually we'll have like orders pop in here and there. But I would expect some sort of reaction here at this 525 level, and then 550 would be the next area after that. On ES, if we go to ES here, and I apologize for my internet connection here, it's kind of lagging, but ES is going to be this 430, call it like 431 is really what I would look for. And then 435 is going to be the major boss, in my opinion. If we can get back above 435, which we haven't even really tested today, we got as high as 434.25. So we need to clear 435. And then I think we have room up to the 440s. So that's going to be what I look for on, I'm not going to trade this, but in terms of what we would look for levels, if we're looking to trade, that would be those areas. And again, we have other confluences here. We have the opening range high here on NASDAQ sitting at this 504 that we are still rejecting. We have this trend line that we're also rejecting. So definitely going to need to get the juice back up. And I think above 520, we're looking good for potentially targeting the 550s. On ES, it's still kind of the weaker one. We need to get back above VWAP. Yesterday or Friday's high sitting at 431, again that level that I was talking about on bookmaps. And then 534 you can see here is the session high. I think if we get above 534, like I said, 440, you can see here a nice topping pattern here on the 5-minute. We can get up to 540s, and then anything above that, I think you target the 444s and then 450s. And then potentially higher from there. So those are going to be the levels on watch that we look at for today. Other than that, Matt, anything that you want to end us off with?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's for all the BS with the markets today, we are basically kind of as you guys were talking about, just VWAP just can't hold right now. So until we get a candle close and another basically consecutive candle closes above that, I'll consider that level to be kind of a little bit of overhead resistance. But yeah, they did just pull those two big orders on the board too. Boy, there's some shenanigans going on here. Little shenanigans.
As usual.
As usual. It's a big club. We ain't in it. But anyway, yeah, no, I mean it's just one of those days. I think that challenges patience a little bit. I think we've all, despite having some good trades, I think we've all expressed a little frustration at the way things have gone today. In hindsight, though, probably not that shocking considering that we've got Fed meeting and whatever the fallout is on Wednesday, jobs on non-farm payroll on Friday, a slew of big earnings on Wednesday and Thursday. I think we start seeing some positioning before those events tomorrow. But it was, I mean, Merriam accurately diagnosed that the big boys, the big funds, they're just not participating today, right? Or if they are, they're nibbling around the edges and they're not taking their order after order, which just drives the market, right? Even retailers don't seem to have a lot of conviction today. So it's just one of those days we've got to kind of just wait out and go from there. But yes, it has been a challenging, frustrating trading year so far. And just because we're green doesn't mean it's not so frustrating, right? Big trades this year have been plentiful, but they've also been hard to come by, and sometimes they come without warning. So, All right, guys. So I think it's a good place to wrap up yet another edition of Tradeify TV. We got through this Monday, and hey, we appreciate you sticking with us because we know a lot of you guys stuck with us even through a lot of this. And this is it, guys. This is why we put in the work, and we appreciate the great questions today. We appreciate everyone's again sticking around. So I'll spin it around the horn to say goodbye to everyone, and then we'll be back with you tomorrow with Joey Morgan, our usual Tuesday guest, will be joining us. He's always fantastic. So with that, I will kick it over to Mr. White T himself, Swiss Nick.
Yeah, I got a guest here who wants to say. He just he's craving for cuddles right now. Like literally was yeah, there you go.
I'll give him cuddles if you don't want to.
Bye. Yeah, of course
Invite
I
him
want
over.
to. Of course I want
Just stick him in a box. He'll be, if you overnight him, it'll be fine.
With some holes, he'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
No, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. It was a fun show, even though we had to be really, really patient. I mean, I was very happy with that second trade. First one was a good trade too, just didn't work out. But second one was fire. So congrats to everybody who took it as well. Looking forward to this week. And yeah, see you all tomorrow. But as usual, let's end the stream with our one and only NQ slaying, matcha drinking, curly trader.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Tradeify TV Nation, for joining us today. Happy Monday to all of you guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. We have Joey Morgan, like Matt said, tomorrow as a guest, and we have Tank as well. So make sure you guys are tuned in for that. And as usual, guys, make sure you're practicing gratitude. Make sure that you are practicing mindfulness, because there is more to trading than just making money. So we love you guys. We hope you all enjoy your day. We will see you all tomorrow. Go be great.
Yeah.